It's good to be back on the closing argument after the couple of days away. We are back on the closing argument. I know people have been asking about us, but we've been very, very busy, and I just got back in from the Elections Commission, where today the National Elections Commission continue with the progressive reporting of the votes that was cast in the Tuesday, October 10th presidential elections in Liberia. And we are reporting from Monrovia, Liberia. The closing argument is alive and well. And we are happy to be on back and to join our many fans, thousands of fans across the world to talk about the elections that was held on Tuesday. That's the trending news in Liberia right now. The vote counting continues. And as you're aware, the National Elections Commission announced, started giving provisional results on Wednesday. I was there, and I continued to be at these briefings, and everything seemed to be on course. I know right now we have this election have brought thousands of statisticians and elections commissioners. Everyone giving their own results. Everyone announcing the results. They are in violation of the elections laws, as we're told. Uh, only the National Elections Commission is the only sole authority to announce the results of the election. So I find it really hard to that parties have announcing the results on social media. Other media institutions are doing it. I don't think it's fair. I think it's wrong. I think we should live within the confines of the law and ensure that we are following the election guidelines. But it's good to be back. We are in Liberia, and we are broadcasting live from Liberia on Truth FM as well as Hot FM. We want to say thanks to all Liberians who show up on Tuesday in thousands to cast the votes, and we're glad that the election was held on a peaceful atmosphere. And as we are aware, the National Elections Commission, as I said earlier, have started the tally of the votes. And according to the NEC website, they have so far tallied 6.6% of the votes already. And so we've been watching the vote counts as they come in, trickle in. So we just want to say, please, I know this guy it's a guy that everybody talking about today. Everyone talking about him today. I was out there. The guy they call Edward Appleton Jr., the guy is causing trouble, man. Everybody talking about this guy, Appleton. They're talking about him. But again, it is important that when they call for debates, no matter what the debate is about, I think people should always participate in these debates to allow you to bring your best out to talk to the people. But there are a lot of lessons to be learned from this 2023 presidential and legislative elections. A lot of lessons to be learned. And as time goes by, people will continue to do their homework, will assess, and they will come to realize that there were mistakes made, and they will correct from their mistakes. But I want to say welcome to all our viewers from around the world. The closing argument, we are all here today, and we look forward to at least interacting with you all and giving you guys the happening in Liberia as it unfolds. Meantime, let me welcome some of our viewers. I see Enza Madi Tomorrow Dole, welcome. Angel Miata, Thompson B. Boss, so far, there's people I see so far on my screen, on my screen. But I want to say it's good to be back. Lucretia Gibson, welcome. Nora, Nora, Nora M. Elliott, welcome. I repeat, please stop worrying about those who are giving their own results. I repeat, the National Elections Commission remains the sole authority, the only legal authority in Liberia to announce the result of the elections. So please, if you listen to other platforms, other people posting stuff on the social media page, just please don't get carried away. Listen to NEC. And I was witnessing the election commission as they entered today. You entered yesterday. The chairperson, Madam Deviera Brown Lasana, will see the security guards bringing them. All the commissioners, they come in and take their seats. And the room is so packed, crowded room of journalists and observers from the United Nations, the African Union, ECOWAS, the European Union, the United States Embassy. They're all there to ensure that these votes are that the right thing is taking place and that this process is free and fair. Today, the European Union called for that all parties remain calm and allow NEC to do the work, and it should accept the result of the election, the outcome. If you have a problem with the results, it's only good you use the legal mechanism by going to court to challenge the results. But I don't think it's good people to be calling for violence and calling for people to turn up on the street to protest and do all kinds of stuff. But again, this is where we are in Liberia, and it's interesting. This day have come and passed, and it's history. October 10, 2023 is not history, and all we can say, let's see what happens. Now, everybody has become a election commissioner. Everybody becomes statistician. Everybody crunching the numbers, and they are giving their own figures. But I can tell you this, though. I've talked to all sides, most of the sides. But this election, as we all are aware now, is between the ruling Congress CDC and the former ruling opposition unity, non-opposition unity party. And they are the two parties that are on a seesaw battle. And again, by now they all have their tally sheets. Most of the tally sheets, except for in Sano County, they are setting part of Sano County according to the Commissioner of the Election Commission chairman that is yet to do voting due to rain. The rain on Tuesday caused the elections could not take place, and most of the ballot materials got damaged, and they are trying to get there. And at one place, the people couldn't. They tried to use canoe to go to cast the votes, but the weather was so bad, so they couldn't reach them. But that's where we are as a country. So that's what happened. But again, my people, this is Liberia presidential elections. They have come and passed. We are now trying to find out who won these elections. As far as I'm concerned, where I'm sitting, President, there's no winner. Nobody has won these elections until NEC announced who is the official winner. So all while hearing all the tabata, people making their own stories. Everybody fighting to make their own stories. But the parties have their own tally sheets, and some of the things you're hearing out there, you just wonder, because I've been privileged to see some parties or tally sheets, and you won't believe it. It's completely different from what you're hearing out there, especially the people who are declaring themselves winners. I don't think they are being fair to Liberian people, and they should remember that whatever they say can cause problem. They can put this country into chaos. I think it should be mindful and act responsible, and ensure that this peace that we all cherish is protected and kept. I just think it's unfair to be announcing results and declaring yourself winner when you are not the legal authority to announce yourself as winner of these elections. It's very important. I'm so happy to be in Liberia, part of this historical moment of our country. Um, I traveled, like I said, on Tuesday. I spent my day in Magibi County, where I voted in Habel. And since Tuesday, we've been going around, talking to people, and interacting with people and from different walks of life. And everybody giving their own version about the elections, everybody giving their own frustration, everyone giving their own position on the election. So again, all we can say, let's pray for our country, Liberia. I know today I was somewhere and somebody say, you guys got to be careful. People are planning to do this and that. I said, well, I mean, I don't know why you won't do it when the election result is being called by the Elections Commission, and I think we should respect that. And again, 2017, when the Liberty Party had a problem with the election results, late kind of Councillor Brumskin, peace be to his ashes, his memory, he took the case to the Supreme Court, and the case was adjudicated, and the Supreme Court said they acknowledged there were irregularities, but wasn't sufficient to call for a rerun. And being that under our law, Supreme Court is the highest arbiter of justice in our country. They ruled that the result of the election will stand, and National Elections Commission should go ahead with the runoff. And in the runoff, the major opposition party at the time, the CDC of President George Weah, won the elections. I think it was 60% of the total national votes, and the former vice president conceded, and the transition took place. It was an orderly transfer of power from former President Salif to the CDC. And so everybody braced for these elections. There were problems that came about. They had a CPP, where everybody thought would have been the best united opposition to go against the ruling establishment. But again, they had their own differences, and problems came about. And today they went their own way. So today we had 19 parties and 19 persons running for president. And I was at the NEC yesterday, and I was sitting with A.B. Krumah. We're sitting together. So as the results were being called by the chairperson, when they call in some people, they call zero. When they call some places, they say John Brown, this party, 2. And I tell AB, I say, AB, that means that the person and the wife voted. That the person and the wife, that the 2 persons they calling, so we're making fun of it because look, we should get serious. And this election should teach us a lesson. We should, politics is not a joke. Politics is expensive. And if you are not prepared, why jump in the race? Why waste other time? Why are you wasting time? Better you come together. When you come together, it's less expensive. You put the resources together and you can make a case. But today, you have 19 persons that ran, and somebody not even getting 0 votes. Zero, nothing they're getting. And you think they're serious? And some of them would told them, some of them not engaged them, told them, say, look, it's a waste of time, man. I understand it's your right to form a party and run, but come on, man. It will not work. And it will be important that you guys join forces together and come like other countries that are bigger than Liberia, they do. But they say no. And then you see the results today, it's so disappointing. And again, we pray that this election will teach us a lesson. But in the meantime, the ruling CDC and its former and the main opposition party, the Unity Party, they are it. They are both showing up the counties they have won, and it's up to the NEC now that we announce the results and see what happens. But if I would say this to anybody, and from what I've seen, if anybody think that the CDC would just surrender and like they have lost the election, I think you must think, because from what I saw too, the CDC is strong right now. I was looking at I think they are leading in 6 counties. I think 6 counties are already leading. The percentage of votes counted, they are leading 6 or 7 counties, and the southeast is they are really sweeping the southeast with big margin. Big margin in the southeast, they are taking it with big margin. And the counties that I know the Unity Party is winning, the Lofa, but again the margin Lofa, I would think that it would have been a blowout for the fact that the former vice president is from Lofa, but it's not seen to be a blowout. I'm talking about raw votes, not these things people are putting out there. I'm looking at the raw votes from the NEC that have been tallied, and it's a close race. I mean, not so close, but at least the CDC is putting up some challenge there. They are trying to make sure put a challenge. Okay, the CDC, I think so far, if I'm mistaken, they have I think given up on Bummy, and I think Bummy, yeah. But the race in Margibi, in Bonk, in Bonk, Margibi. It's a fierce battle, and I don't think people should just write in another party off. Surprisingly, it's CDC. I mean, in Montserrado County, I think up to the NEC announcement today, CDC is leading Montserrado. And again, one thing that I was trying to find out, CDC, they are winning seats in the House in Montserrado. Most of the lawmakers, the seats that are being won in Montserrado, the CDC is dominating that count in the 3 districts. So I was like, why people just run with stuff? Because except where you are saying they voted for a lawmaker and then they didn't vote for the president. So I mean, so let's be very mindful and watch what's happening, and we should not play on the side of the Liberian people to come up with these early announcements and say, "Oh, this is what happened, this what happened," and with all the NEC finally making the final announcement, people are declaring that the grades are being rigged and so forth, and they are making threatening remarks. I just don't think it's fair. It's not good. It's not something that we should let it slide. We should condemn it. No one should be threatening the peace of our country and so forth. But until then, let me welcome more people, man. I know I met some CPP officials yesterday and today, and the CPP issued a statement today. They are concerned about their votes, and I think they have all rights to be concerned. It's their right to be concerned about it. And they said they are going to investigate. They're going to find out. They're going to find out what happened. Again, let us continue to monitor the process and pray for peace and stability in our country, Liberia. You know, again, and one thing as people should understand. Look, let me say this. If you are a lawmaker in Liberia now, you're getting about $15,000 a month, roughly, say, with all your benefits and everything. And if you are threatening the peace of the country, you are saying this and that, you think you're able to now allow you have years left on your contract with the Liberian people. Okay, some people just got elected for 9 years term. Some people got elected for 6 years. These people that just got elected after working hard, the last thing they want to hear about is somebody want to threaten the peace. I'm not kidding. So they are going to push for those who are contesting to use legal mechanism to ensure that the peace of this country is maintained. Because if you plunge the country into chaos, you know that it means everything is going down. You have no more legislature, no more executive branch, no more legislative branch, no more judicial branch. Maybe you know what will happen. Maybe interim government or something will happen, and everything will be suspended. And then you're gonna start over. You talk about peace talk, talking about going to subtle things. And I believe strongly, most of these lawmakers, many people that you see talking this stuff, they're not prepared to risk all of that because to see themselves out of job. You have 6 years and just sit down and say, wow, you're not prepared for that. So the thing, they all gotta be responsible enough, and let us use the legal remedy for our issues we have. We should not threaten the peace, because anybody who threatens this peace of our country, you will plunge this country into a situation that you will regret tomorrow. And we all know where we came from. The international community spent billions of dollars in our country to bring us to restore democracy, to restore sanity to Liberia. I think the last thing we want to see happen is for us to plunge this country into a nightmare. So I would urge everyone to respect the peace and let the peace prevail. Listen to the NEC. That's why I'm making my duty. Every day I'm at the NEC to make sure I listen to what's happening. And a good thing I would say again, thank you. We have these access pads. You're allowed to enter the press conference and can ask questions and do anything. But too many people asking questions, so I just there and as an observer and watch. But it's a process that we should all respect. And every time you have an opportunity to speak to the people, tell them, let's give NEC the chance to announce the results. And if there's any issue, instead of calling for riot, calling for protests, go to the courts. This election is being monitored. Look, I was surprised. They have about 9,000 European observers in this country. At every center I went, every polling place I went, I saw the presence there. European Union is fully involved with this process. Our traditional ally, the United States, they are attached to this process. Okay, they are part of this process. So it's just only good that we respect the process and allow it to play out. We should not take the law into our hands. We should not be declaring ourselves winner when you are not being declared by the official constitutional authority that's on our law that is required to declare you winner. I know people are already claiming victory, yes, but I can safely say the NEC do not have 100% of the tally sheets from all the 15 counties, the 73 electoral districts. No. In fact, they are still certain parts of Sino. The election is yet to be held. The NEC said they're going to conduct the elections there, hopefully as soon as possible. Okay? But we should not just threaten the peace of our country. And I pray and hope that everyone will respect this process and ensure that the process play out. So in the meantime, let me welcome, as I wait for my colleagues to come. Look, it's not easy, man. Look, I was somewhere just now after we left the neck. I was with some friends, in fact, with friends from the various parties. And mind you, the UP guys, the CDC guys, they're all interacting. Okay, I was sitting with some of them just now and we're talking about this election and numbers and so forth. But then again, I had to leave that comfort to come in to do the show because we haven't been having a show for almost, I think, since the eve of election. So I think it's fair to our viewers and they've been asking us to come on. Right now, today's Thursday, everybody having fun, but we got to come on show, But again, I pray that my colleagues will come and join us and let us discuss about what's going on. So let me just welcome you guys again. I want to welcome and Zamadi Sumaro Dole, Angel Miata, Thompson B. Balls, Lukisha Gibson, Nora Elliott, Yu Barbarian, Jamel Way, Samuka Keita. Wow, the guy is following. This person is watching from from Zulu Whiskey, Grand Jita County. Wow. George Kilby from Westchester, PA. Jamal Horace, Patience Lofa Baby Siama. She said, I'm not looking at none of those numbers. I will wait until NEC announce the presidential winner. You guys have insulted this woman enough. Let her and her crew do their job peacefully. That's true, Patient. I agree with you. I mean, look, and I see Madam Deanna Brown, Lasana, that lady is under immense pressure as she entered the place with this. I mean, she's heavily guarded. The security, the police bring her, escorting her to go and announce the result. It's not an easy task though, and she have her other fellow commissioners, but it's a task that I wonder whether she even resting, sleeping, how she sleep, because you're thinking about the whole country right now is on pause. Everyone looking at you now as the chairperson of the Elections Commission to announce the results, and she's now on the field. The woman is way in Monrovia, NEC headquarters. She got her election magistrates, election officers are all across the country. But yet and still, I know she's the head, so she takes the blame. But people accusing her of, I mean, I don't understand how would she cheat though. She wasn't at these polling centers on election day. You know, she weren't there. But people are accusing her, and I don't think it's fair. I can see the tension. I can see the lady. I was looking at Madam Brown Lasana. I mean, you can see that she's not to herself, man. It's a tough job to be the chairperson of your country National Elections Commission, and then before you even announce the official results, people already declaring themselves winner, and they're accusing you of tampering with the elections. A lot of things happening. I mean, and whereby you are way in Monrovia, in the capital city, and already accusing you of something that happened in the other counties. So just imagine what she's going through. But I pray that God will bless her, will guide her, and she and her commissioners, and they will do the right thing and ensure that bring people that went to the polls to vote. They are heard loud and clear. I can say this turnout was massive. Look, on Tuesday I drove by way of 15 Gate. I went to the hospital where I was born, Firestone in Dusa. People in queues, man. Look, it was raining. It was raining. People were still under the rain. People were on motorbikes. I mean, people going, and what you can do, you can tell from your thumb, you know. Yeah. If you voted, yeah, this mark it will mark you. So everybody I've seen so far, anytime as I walk about the streets of Monrovia, and as soon as I see somebody, I look at the thumb to find out what they voted. And everybody I've seen so far, I see they have the thumb, they have the marker, so that means I know they voted. So people waited in lines for hours to cast the vote. Okay, some people were voting either for the re-election of the President Weah, or some were voting for the election of a new president. But people waited in line to vote, and let us respect the will of the people. Let us respect those who took the time to vote. Those of us that even came from overseas to come. Leave your families, leave your jobs. You come, you take resources to be here. It's not easy to be in this country though. You know, this country is not, you pay for everything here. You pay for where you stay, everything else. And so you come here and you take part in the process is good. But again, you got to cherish, respect people who took the time to do it. And that's why the closing argument, we have been very careful instead of coming up and giving announcements that doing job for the NEC, that's not our place to do the NEC job. Now, people are respecting us. Everywhere you're going now, people respect us that you guys, thank you. You guys, we've been watching, listening to you guys, but you guys have not come out yet. Because we say, well, NEC is doing their job. They're getting paid to do their job. we shouldn't be doing a job for people, and doing things that society to do. Anybody's job or to come in and put mud in the water. But welcome, Chairman Sanvee. It's good to see you.
Thank you.
And as I said earlier, it's been an interesting time the last 72 hours.
Yeah.
And everywhere you go now, there's nowhere you go. Elections we're not talking about elections. I was out on the team up play last night, and all but election. People and the people that went against each other are mingling together, interacting, socializing, and talking about the election, giving that everybody giving their own impression of the elections, giving their own perspective of the elections. But again, where we are as a country, look, all we can say, look, today, if you're in Liberia today, the amount of people that told me today gave me intelligence. And once again, we got a lot of intelligent officers in the country. Somebody call me, oh, Georgie, come. Oh man, be careful. I understand. Don't get me wrong. Tension, yeah. Everybody plays tension, everybody's tension, but everybody got their own thing to give you. Say, yeah, be careful. And I said, look, whatever will be, but we here to do our job, man, and tell the people what's going on. But Chairman, welcome, man.
Thank you. It's good to be here with you. Thank you again for holding the platform down while we were away. I've been in the region doing certain engagements, crunching these numbers, looking at different scenarios. But Tomalin, listen, man, it was a historic election, high turnout. You were right. We made a conscious decision. People have been reaching out to ask, oh, why y'all were not on election, the night of the election and all of that. And I told them, I said, but no, one of the things about us, we've always insisted that we are not, we're not journalists, right? I never really claimed to be a journalist, right? And so our job is to kind of analyze and to provide a punditry, and as political pundits and political give our own analysis of the issue. Clearly, we can see that the country. I said to someone the other day, the country has virtually made a decision that we want to lean. It's almost like they're leaning towards a two-party establishment, right, within the country, trying to maybe catch up with other nations in the region and stuff like that. I was speaking to a friend of mine, Nigerian, who said to me that looking at everything, holding everything constant, you can clearly see that the country is in that direction. The country is in that direction where they're looking at two different political interests. It doesn't mean that everybody in Liberia is now a member of either Unity Party or CDC. No, there are other parties, but a vast majority, like in this country, right? They have hundreds of political parties, but the two main political parties are the Democrats and the Republican, and then sometimes you get the Green Party coming up, and doing things here and there. With that being said, it's an interesting election. I'm laughing when I see people. I've seen a bunch of other people making projections and stating that, they've already won an election. They've already won the election. The election is clearly a close election. You can clearly see that it is clearly a close election. The other thing that I will say, and I thought I probably would never say, is that this election could be over in its first round, based on how the numbers are trending, right? Because it is clearly showing that about 95 to 96% of the population made the election a binary choice between George Weah and Joe Buckeye. So with that being said, it is not hard for you to imagine why. It is not hard to imagine why why there's possibly not an option here for a potential first round a victory for either or the parties. Now, next is progressively releasing these results. And I have said that I will only speak to what I see coming from NEC, because there's just too much. There's just too much gossip and too much make-believe and too much lies out there. And we owe it to our country to be responsible. We owe it to our country to not put out false information or to not try to create an impression like this thing is tilted in a particular direction. I was listening to your analysis, and I think you were spot on. You know, talking about the respective counties, you can start to see the trends. You can start to see. That's the thing about election, Tomalin. It's about trends. Sometimes trends don't just easily break. What we can also start to look at is we can start to look at where the CDC is leading, where the Unity Party is leading, where these political parties are struggling, and who are the outliers in this process. Obviously, today, all on social media, the name Apeton is all over the place. You know, Liberia is a very interesting country. Now, Apeton, if Apeton want to run for senator or representative, I think he clearly now has what is it name? He clearly now has a name recognition to be able to come out there and make a come out and make a shot. So, but Tommy, I think it's good to be here. I know people were asking us what we're doing and how we're doing what we're doing and all of that. But it's good to be here, and the country. We pray for NEC to continue to do this thing in a progressive manner. Let's also note, Tommy, all of the major international partners today issued statements, clearly, probably in a nutshell, giving the election a clean bill of health and challenging the political parties and the political structures in the country to wait and listen to NEC while they come out with their results. Clearly, all of the international partners are saying the same thing. They're speaking in the same language. So with that being said, I think we're going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at what NEC is saying, and I believe NEC will be releasing more results tomorrow. Once they release more results tomorrow, we'll kind of start to get a clear picture, because I think today, as of today, am I correct? They just released 6.6% of the votes, which is a drop in the bucket for anybody to make any kind of serious projection right now. You can make projections, but listen, there have to be a trend. And normally, when elections are this close, the projections that you see responsible media entities making is that they are projecting that it's too close to call or it's too early to call. And I would say, as of today, my projection in the presidential election is that it's too close to call. And let's wait and see what NEC is going to be coming with. We can have analysis on different projections and on different trends and see how the trends are going, but we should be very careful, because we want to obey the law. We want to be responsible citizens and not try to circumvent or to jump in front of NEC and to do their job.
Sure, Chairman. Look, numbers don't lie. And, right now, as I said, like, while on the show, I just got a chunk of number, but again, we're not going to talk about it. But I just telling people that numbers don't lie. And it's progressing. The numbers are changing as the tally comes in, the numbers are changing, and they're coming from the war rooms. The good thing about it, I'm getting numbers from all the sides now. Now I see people taking out first we're being labeled all kinds of names, but now people are sending out numbers now and so forth. But we're getting from all the sides. And I will say this election is not. I've not seen nobody declare winner yet, and because the numbers don't lie, the tally sheet results will be available, and at the end of the day, I expect Madam David Etta Brown Lasana, the chairperson of the National Elections Commission, to announce the official results. And she said, based on everything, she hopefully in the next few days. Let's get it clear. The law requires they have 2 weeks after the day of election to announce the results. They still have time in their favor. I don't know, for some reason, some people want election to be announced on the same day election was held. Even in the Great America, we saw it. On the last election we held 2020, they have two kind of voting. They have the early voting that Democrats usually take advantage of, and then the same day voting. But what they do in the states, the same day voting, the numbers, the ballots are counted that very day. The outcome Republicans mostly vote on the same day. So in 2020, when they checked the ballot of that day that the voting took place, Trump was leading because Republican came out to vote. So in the next 12 to 24 hours, they were counting the early votings. The number changed, and when the number changed, and Democrat took the lead, and Trump said, "Oh no," and he knew very well he wasn't cheated. He went to all the courts, he went everywhere, and they how to call it, they told him that, man, you have no case. This one was free and fair, So like the body, they call him the body. Yeah. So again, it seems happening in Liberia today. Everyone got their tally sheets, and everybody claiming to be the winner. But again, until NEC announce official results, we'll respect the NEC, we'll listen to them. Even the European Union, ECOWAS, they call for urging all parties and supporters to remain calm until the official declaration. The European Union applauds Liberians for turning out in droves for having a peaceful election day. We made history, Liberians. We came up in droves, and despite the rain, the weather, we voted. And they're calling on political leaders to accept the results. If you have a problem, go to the court. Stop threatening the peace of Liberia. Stop saying you will do this, you will do that. And I can say this: somebody will be held accountable until the first person gets to be held accountable, and perhaps put some sanction. And that it will be only American sanction now. The United Nations will put sanction on you now. That the worst one you want to get on, because they put travel ban on you. You can't even leave that country. You can't even go nowhere. When the UN put a sanction on the travel sanction on you. So I pray and hope that Liberians, political leaders will understand this. But welcome, Ms. Jackie McCay. Welcome to the closing argument again. Glad to be back. And we're talking about the election that happened 2 days ago. What's your thoughts so far?
Well, we haven't been here since election day, so the people in Liberia and all around the world watching us, we'd like to say a warm welcome once again to the closing argument. We are at a critical point and a very exciting point in our nation's history where people exercise their constitutional rights on Tuesday to vote. And as we see, the people came out in droves. So history in the making. I think I heard either Ben or Tomalin say that it is very possible that Liberia could have just a one-round victory this time around.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also possible that there could be a runoff, but the possibility for a one-round victory is there.
It's a 50-50. I think it's 50-50 at this point.
Which is unusual because we saw in 2017 you had other candidates like Charles Bromskin. Prince Johnson was not in the race, was he?
No, Prince Johnson didn't run for president in 2017. No, did he? He ran for president in 2017. Yes.
He did, right?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
So so that definitely
he got re-elected this year. So he was running for president, yes.
Yeah.
That is true.
So that with those other candidates in the race, it was a definite or sure second round.
But Jackie, let me ask you a question. And I don't want to interrupt you and you continue. I just want to ask you your thoughts on this. What do you think about what I said? That one of the things that I noticed was that possibly the country is leaning towards, I don't want to say a two-party state because we're still a multi-party democracy, right? In multi-party democracy, you can have many parties. In this country, there are hundreds of political parties in America, but there are two major parties, and then occasionally you will see the Green Party, libertarians. They will pop their head up, and they will kind of be spoilers for either one of the major candidates.
Right.
But what I saw when you're looking at the trends, right, with about 95% of the voters, it's almost like the voters made a determination to bring the second round in the first round, to bring a potential second round in the first round, to say, you know what, this is a binary choice. We're going to make this election a binary choice between Boyka and we are. Everybody else, we like you. We think you've done well. You're good citizens. right?
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, this is ultimately a binary choice. What do you think? Do you think is that where we're headed? You think we're headed towards more of like where Sierra Leone is, right? Where you got the SLPP and the APC. Ghana is the NPP and the NDC. Nigeria, the PDP and the APC. It doesn't mean that there are not other political parties in these countries. But is that where you think we're headed? Just from your own analysis, just looking at these numbers, or do you think this is just a Buckeye we are thing, right? That when the two of them leave the stage, then we go back to the same. You know, do you think? I thought I just wanted to get your opinion on
I
that.
think this year is unique, more so than because more the boycott we are factor. But on the political party side, Liberty Party is still a major
True.
election, so they don't have a candidate that if that this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why people are taking sides. So to say it's a two-party we entering, I don't want to see it yet.
Okay.
Because for the mere fact that Liberty Party is not in the race, and Liberty Party is a popular party.
True.
It is. ANC is also well known as a party. So not necessarily, but it's clearly this year, you hear boycott, boycott.
Mm-hmm.
And these are two political candidates who's also well known and been well known for a long time, for
I mean,
at
there's a
least 10
reduce.
years.
There's a redux from the last time. It's
Yeah,
almost
for at least 10 years. So that's why
So you think it's a boycott we are thing, pretty
it's
much.
a boycott.
It's a
We
boycott
are
we are
thing.
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to ask. Sorry. Yeah. Is that Kev? I think Kev can come in.
Yeah, but I was trying to finish.
Yeah. Jackie, sorry. I asked you my question. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. And it's amazing. Like I said, the amazing turnout. You all are on, you and Tomalin on the ground. And I mean, it's just a good feeling to see that voters went out and they showed out. And we learned from the media that voters were out as early as 12 midnight in places like Monserrado County. And I mean, is that something historical? No, not in our on election day for us. So that's something that we saw that happened as well. That people went to the polling places 12, 1, 2 a.m. To go out and vote. It shows that the people are motivated, one reason or the other. They are inspired, because if voters are not inspired, like sometimes you hear the word voter fatigue, but this time around, they came out in surprisingly huge numbers. And I think that's good for our democracy. So I'll stop there for now.
Kev?
No, sorry, guys. I was looking for my blue plastic bag to put my ballot, my tally sheet in there. The blue plastic bag. That's what I was looking for.
You're looking for your blue plastic bag?
Then I was training though. I was training now. Oh, you like
Yeah. I was looking.
I saw the blue barrel.
Yeah, I get a lot of.
I thought you were saying you're looking for your blue barrel. Because that's what I saw.
I'm looking for. But I think I'll just give Jelon a call. He probably will send it to me. Since he got. But hey, let me say hi to you guys. And Roland, I think is he there or he frozen? Because he's just there. One thing I look at in election, especially for
you just want me to speak when I'm not supposed to be speaking?
No, my man, I just thought you were there, man. I'm checking on you. I know your heart, everything is good. I want to recommend you to my doctor. I think you should be good. But hey, listen, one thing I look at in election, my stronghold, the middle, and their stronghold, and when I start to witness that Georgia was going down or were being challenged during the election, by the election, and Arizona being challenged, I knew that my Republican party, my party that I am a registered Republican, that we were in trouble. I started to tell my folks, I said we're in trouble. So I'm looking at the result. I'm looking at the early result from Lofa. These folks will say too early, too small, but and I'm looking at it right now, and it's 3,550 for Unity Party in Lofa. That's raw number, right? And I'm looking at CDC, 1,909, almost 2,000, over 50% of that coming in. That is in Lofa supposed to be a stronghold. And then when you look at the stronghold from, let me pick one in Southeast. Let's look at Grand Cru, UP 61, CDC 1,002. So if I'm going to battle you in your, because I keep saying that on the stronghold, if I'm going to battle you, and I'm going in Lofa, the early folks will say it's too early. Yeah, it's tiny, but if I get in almost 2,000 and you get in 3,000 and change, if I'm on the other side of Unity Party, I don't want to see that. That's raw vote. I don't want to see that. So when I look at it and see, so you wonder why an UP percentage drop is supposed to be going up, but it's dropping. So when I look at it, because we're looking at the numbers here now, because let's take the spin out of it. Let's look at raw numbers. When you look at the raw numbers, you can tell that the Unity Party is in trouble. So you see experienced men like Roland, like all the other guys, experienced folks are now on Facebook and posting and rejoicing because they don't like what they're seeing. Maybe for the radio they will say something, but why you not saying something? They don't like it because Lofa and Nimba is what they depend on to win this election. Nobody can argue that. They depend on Lofa. The reason why they went to the MDR, the reason why they went to Prince Johnson, no matter what, the reason why the Papi say I can sleep in bed with the devil, because they need those places. Nimba County and CDC. Let me see what Nimba County. Nimba County, you're talking about UP, LA 68 polling place, 11,000 and change, and the UP, the CDC almost 5,000. So you can see 4,000 and something. You can see that it's not like 10,000 to 300. Then you can see the wide margin. But when you see it start to in Lofa and Nimba, that the CDC and the UP is about, CDC is going 50%, 40%, and over 40% to 50. You don't want that if you are the Unity Party, and that's what's happening. So you can tell why the UP are quiet. You can tell because they're saying it. On the radio, they'll put a spin, but the raw numbers, when you look at this, the raw numbers in your opponent's stronghold, that's what you look at. And that is a pure education for our people. You don't mind the dancing, the day will win. Look at the raw number. When you look at the raw number, that will tell you something. I rest for now, Mr. Moderator.
Yeah, guys, let me say this. Welcome, Roland Giddings of the Unity Party, and welcome. I want to start something, ask a question. Before I go to you guys about your press conference today, let me say this. Tomorrow, I will try to find out something. I want to find out, because when I go to the NEC briefing tomorrow, I will find out this. There's a guy called Appleton. His name has been ringing the last 12 hours.
He's an election surprise.
they're saying that some people are saying that they say they gave the other, they gave I see people saying they gave the president vote to him because you're number one. But again, another argument is that this guy, in fact, I was told that I was out there today trying to find out where I neck. Somebody said this guy, he went to a World Trade Center, and all the guys, he's a guy, he's a morale guy. Say he went to World Trade Center, engaged the guys in there, and people were following him. He came out, and this guy was he drew the crowd, and then he took part in the presidential debates. Okay, and I know the top president, we are former Vice President Boyka and Mr. Cummings did not take part in the debate, but this guy took part in the debate, and people say he shined. But again, people say he was number one, so people are just marking. But again,
Oh man,
we'll tell them, look.
Really, you gotta get your man your internet. Or
This number, we are number this. But for me, when I went to voting hub on Tuesday, I knew who I was going to vote for.
Okay, let's speak up because he's stuck. Yeah, Roland? Is Roland stuck too?
No, I'm not stuck. I'm here.
Yeah, so you
I'm
heard
not
some of
stuck.
what
Okay,
he
but
said.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Oh, he's talking now.
yeah, let me just finish quick there. So when I entered the voting booth, I knew who I was going to vote for because it's every voter say, look, I'm going to vote tomorrow. They give a sample ballot. They show how to do it. You enter the voting booth, go and mark, and it was quick. In fact, I did it live. The guys they came in live as I was voting. I voted and I was all of that place. No wasting time. Some people, well, at NEC when they're announcing the results, when they talk about one place, 149 invalid votes. Oh my God! These are important. These are votes that can help somebody, can make a difference. The election is close. The election is close. But again, Mr. Giddies, man, weighing.
Tomalin, so who you voted for? Do you care to tell the people now? Because you always say you're independent. I mean, all of us here have disclosed who we for. Keff, CDC, Ben, ANC. Come on, who did you vote for?
For the integrity of this platform, I don't think I'll be. I'll be.
Well, all of us have sides.
No, I never told you how. Yeah, man, people are not to side. Like you were accusing.
Hey, you've been CDC in the past. I mean, if you voted either way, you can say.
Yeah, that you want to posterity with.
somebody voted for Appiton. That's it. Go.
Yeah. You never tell.
Yeah.
You know what I wish would happen? I hope the media on the ground will go and look for Appleton because everybody is asking, who is this young man? And you should, I mean, Tomalin, if you're there, you can find him.
I will try to find him tomorrow.
Let me ask.
I'll find him tomorrow. But I'm hearing that I'm hearing the guy out of the country. If that's true.
No, Tomalin, I beg you, please try to call to find.
I'll find the guy tomorrow. But I'm hearing the guy out of the country.
Are you serious?
That's what I heard tonight.
He went and registered, and he out of the country. He did not even campaign. He didn't register. He
didn't campaign.
Look, Keff, look at me. Keff said it very register.
But Jackie, you're not observing something. My brother Roland is so quiet, man.
Roland is chilling.
No, he's not chilling. That's not Roland. Roland is
always calm. You know that.
This election subduing people. Roland's so quiet.
Yeah, Roland, don't mind Keff. Keff just coming out of here room for the last 3 days you were in here room. He can answer. He answered his food, nothing. I've been calling. He says Tuesday night.
I know that. I know that very well. I know that.
Facebook people will never tell you our inside because someone posts every day, 2-3 posts every day. But you know,
Kev, I have a lot of CD.
No, I
Kev,
talked to your
I have a
brother.
lot of CDZ
I
friends.
spoke with your
I have a
brother-in-law.
lot of seditious who are,
I spoke to your
I have a
brother-in-law.
lot of them who are seditious
I spoke to
friends.
your brother-in-law, George.
Okay,
I spoke to
so
your brother, George. George
of
said, look,
course,
he said, look, we're talking to Roland, but Roland can't come out. Roland is so down.
look
So
at
you
that.
see,
How
yeah,
possible is that? How
George told me.
possible is that?
George told me. He said, you're so down.
But how possible is that?
My man, that man
Since you want to bring, George, business on the platform, George have been consoled by me. We are consoling George now to have him focus on his vacation while he's here, because he's been, he's very disappointed
George is
to see what he's seeing. You know, look,
he said,
let me say this: we are, Kev, we are doing all we can to make sure technically we report and protect our vote, which we've done over the last days. We are doing a lot of tabulations and getting our votes to where we want to get it, because we want to be sure of what the National Election Commission will announce, and that has to corroborate with what we have, which we are doing very well. We are cited. We just want to say thanks to the Liberian people for coming out, you know, and I think God did a wonderful thing on Tuesday. We had very good weather. We had everybody out there. I know I went to vote at 7:45, and I never got out of the polling center until 3 o'clock for the kind of crowd that was there. You know, and I stood in the line, make sure I played by the rules, and I saw people very, very enthusiastic about being out there to vote. And you see the results are becoming to show what we said, you know, over many months and years, you know, and we are cited with the trend. The trend is going to remain as is. Now, I hear you trying to just spin some conversation about what's happening in Lofa. You don't know what's happening in Lofa, because the overall result in Lofa will show that Ambassador Parker will not get less than 75% of the vote in Lofa. You can take your votes in the Southeast. The Southeast votes amount to nothing much, because I do know there were also, you know, some in terms of the number of persons that came out, the turnout was not very, very good in the Southeast. So you can talk about the Southeast votes. We will get some votes from there, but we are pleased with what we're getting now. And once the trend has shown that the Unity Party is in the league, we see that what we gather based on the data we have currently, we're looking at it one run like we always said. So let's just allow the Election Commission to do her work.
Let me ask you the question. Roland, wait, my brother. Let me ask you this question.
Go ahead.
You said, let me ask you two questions in one. Then you continue. One, you're supposed to have a press conference today to display and to the wall about your tally sheet. You guys have 90% of the tally sheet. You're going to display everything. We didn't see you guys holding a paper or your state tally sheet. Nobody saw the numbers there. We didn't see that. And two, you're saying Joe Buckeye will not get less than 75% in Lofa compared to 2017. Is it declining?
Well, let me say this. The projection we made is conservative to 75%. So we are saying the bare minimum. It's possible it could be 85%. We just saying 75% because if you doing projection, which we've done, you have to be conservative. And it's very yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's the projection that we made. We did an analysis and projected that. But I'm saying the bare minimum is 75%. Okay, out of Lofa, yes, we could get 80%. Very possible when the final tally is done. We have a lot of the tallies out of Lofa already, and we also do our own tabulation in our war rooms. But let me see.
How you doing?
The overall threat. Say that again.
How you doing, Foya?
Hey, Foya is not Lofa. Don't forget, Foya is not Lofa.
I'm just asking.
We are doing very well. We are doing very well overall in Lofa. We're doing very well overall in Lofa, and that's what matters. Okay, so don't limit Lofa. Don't limit Lofa to Foya.
So you cannot.
Don't limit Lofa to Foya. Okay. So in FOIA, we have not concluded the final results
So you
yet,
think
but we know you
FOIA
taking
out
some
of
votes, and
you
we
think
know
FOIA out
we
of
know
vote?
why you take some votes. It's very possible you take some vote. Nothing wrong with you taking some vote in FOIA. We're not saying that FOIA is going to be exclusively all Unity Party. No, there are sons. Don't forget, there are sons from LOFA, from FOIA specifically, who've been doing a lot of engagement with the people there. So the people will also try to appreciate some
You
of
can
what you've
ask me the
done with them.
question why
So
you're doing low
giving some votes to CDC in LOFA or CDC winning some vote in LOFA, especially in FOIA. It doesn't matter. Let's look at the overall vote across the
So you
country.
can't talk
And I
about
know we
FOIA.
do not less than 75%.
It
Okay?
just
I've spoken about FOIA already.
can
And I'm
ask
not going to be
can ask
specific.
us
I want
why
us to look at the
FOIA.
trends. The national trend of the result being announced by the National Election Commission puts the Unity Party in a commanding lead. And I can say to you, that trend is going to continue. We started from yesterday. Today, they announced it continues. Tomorrow, it will continue. And it's going to continue until she ends.
So
We're going
so
to get a first round
if
on the
this
ballot. I
trend
know what CDC is trying to do now.
if
You
we
are trying not to find a way to see if you can squeeze yourself into a second round. We're not going to go into a second round. Okay, we're not going to go into second round because
in
the
local,
ballot,
right?
the votes will show that we stick right in first round and beat CCC and have George Weah and the rest of the guys just leave power
Okay,
and turn the
before we
country
go to
over
the
for
other
us to
guys,
start facing the country because
before
you
we go
guys
to the
have
other
already
guys,
destroyed the country.
before we go to the other guys, right? You say the trend in Lofa, right? So you okay?
Now I said the trend, the national trend, the national trend. Don't limit this conversation to Lofa,
Okay.
Chief. Why you don't talk about Nima? Why you
So
don't
why
talk about Nima now? Say you
yeah,
want to just keep
so
talking about
we
Lofa.
talk about
But we are
talk
leading
about
you in Lofa. Are we not leading you in Lofa? Are we not leading you in Lofa? We are
I'm
leading
asking
you in
you,
Lofa. So what's up with
I'm
that?
asking you. Okay, let me ask you. As a very experienced man, if in Lofa right now we're looking at UP up the percentage, 3,550, right? And CDC 1,999 raw votes. Are you satisfied with that? More than 50% that CDC having right now.
We are very satisfied.
Are you satisfied
We are
with that?
very satisfied because we know the outcome is not total
No,
Lofa.
I'm
We
talking
know
about
the
what
total vote will take us to anywhere. But hey, Chief, the way
are
the
you okay
results
with
are
this trend?
announced,
Are you okay with
the
this
way
trend?
the results are announced has to be acceptable. The National Election Commission is announcing the result as she pleases to. So we accept it as
Can you
that.
take us
But the
you can
overall, the aggregate vote for Lofa County at the end of the day, we show you exactly what the trend look
okay.
like. And I will say
So
to you,
why are they
the
not
trend
post
suggests that we are
why
leading
are
in
they not
Lofa,
post
we are leading in Nima, we are leading in Magibi, we are leading in Maserado, we are
okay.
leading in other places. So I
Why
don't
are
understand
you
you. I don't understand what you're
leading in
talking about
Maserado?
yet. Okay?
According to NEC, you leading in
Yes, of
Maserado?
course. We are
According to
leading in
NEC,
Maserado, of course. But what they
no,
announced in Maserado, you got more vote than what they announced. You got more vote than us in Maserado. What they announced for Maserado, you got more votes.
no.
You got
Listen,
more vote than us in
let
Maserado.
me read the raw code for you in Maserado. So you're not leading in Maserado.
Kev,
So
Kev, I know you're trying to comfort yourself as much as you can. The Unity Party is in a commanding lead currently, has been announced by the National Election Commission since yesterday. So we're gonna keep that. The overall lead, we're
guys,
gonna keep
can
it
I
as
ask
that.
a quick question
We are
here?
leading in Maserado, and that's it. We are leading overall. So I think you should.
You say at what NEC announced today? Are you saying because Tomalin were there? I will go back to Tomalin. Are you saying Unity Party leading Maserado right now? What NEC announced?
Kev, as far as you know, based on the data we've collected and analyzed, we are leading in Maserati. We'll continue to lead in Maserati. Thank you. I mean, I don't know why you're doing this because it's factual. Well, now you want to stick it to counties. The aggregate result lead and announce suggests that the Unity Party is in the lead. I think that's what you should be concerned about. How are you going to be able to get us from the lead? It's going to be massive. Okay?
You cannot produce your tally sheet. You told the world.
Why should we produce our tally sheet to who?
You said
To who?
You told the world you're going to produce your tally sheet for everybody to see.
No. There was a display of some of our tally sheets that we have in already. We have a good portion of our tally sheet. There was a display. So Kev, you think you think we don't have our tally sheets? That why you think? Is that why CDC think? You're temper with our election. Y'all tamper with the votes. Y'all go tamper with the votes.
You say you're
Y'all
going to
tamper with the
display.
votes. Then you'll see. Then
You
you'll see
cannot
whether we have it or
display.
not.
You cannot
Okay, y'all
display.
go tamper with the vote. Then you'll see whether we have it or not. Have you
You cannot.
displayed your tally sheet?
You say you were going to
Where's your
display.
tally
That's
sheet?
what you said.
We have it, but we have it.
But
Don't worry, we'll display it when the proper time
I
comes.
told the Liberian people you're going to display your tally
When the
sheet.
proper time comes,
I
Kev, when the proper time comes, we will display our tally
I
sheet.
don't know
What we
if
did
I may
today
cut
was
you
an
off.
exhibit.
If
What we
I
did
may
was an
cut in,
exhibit to let you know that we are gathering
I
our
don't
tally sheets
understand.
and
I don't
nothing will
understand
go
it.
wrong with the
I don't
election.
understand it.
So,
I don't
so I
understand
don't know why you,
the two of you.
Kev,
Roland,
let's not reduce the, no, I
Roland.
mean 1 minute. It is Kev that reduces this
I'm actually not
conversation to
getting the
tally
debate
sheet
between
and
the
all
two of
that.
you. Because the bottom line
Yeah,
is, I
because
think
it's
what we
Kev.
gotta be talking about, what we have to be
I
talking
don't know why he
about.
reduces it.
No, I mean I don't
He
understand the
keep
questions
pushing
he's
it.
asking you. I don't really get the questions he's asking you. You know,
That's the point.
asking
That's
about.
the point.
Yeah, I don't really get these questions.
He's,
We have to start. I mean, like Councillor Gonglo had a press conference today, and he was clear. It looks like the Liberian people have decided that they're going to either choose the CDC or the UP. From what I've seen so far, it looks like the CDC on its way out. It may be as a result of a runoff process, but for good reasons, it looks like they're on their way out. And I mean, when you govern badly, this is what should happen to you. When you govern badly, when you have an opportunity to make a change in the society and you don't,
Let
and
me
you
stop
misuse that
let me stop
opportunity,
you there.
this is
Let me
what should
stop you
happen
there.
to you.
No, no,
So, who
Lami,
is having which
Lami,
vote in
Lami.
Lover
Kev,
County or whatever?
let you finish, Kev.
I mean, let's be honest with ourselves.
Okay.
Let's be honest with ourselves and stop playing footsie with this thing. It's disappointing. What the Liberian people decided to do is disappointing. And I know a lot of people are going to regret the way they voted in a very few short months. But we have to understand the fact that it seems like, Kev, it seems like you guys are on your way out. It seems like you're on your way out. And nobody is to blame for that but you. Absolutely nobody is to blame for that than you, because you had your heads in the cloud, you were doing all the wrong things, and you kept on telling yourself that you were the best that God has given this country. I mean, I don't understand how people can be that delusional. And you guys still are delusional. I don't understand it.
Okay,
You did wrong. You had
I'm
time to
not
correct
cutting you
yourself.
off.
You failed to correct
I'm
yourself,
not
and yet
cutting
it's
you off.
still
You may continue.
you're trying to
I'm
make
not
yourself
cutting
feel
you off,
good.
Lami.
Why are you doing that?
Lami, I'm not cutting you off.
You know?
Lami,
Yeah.
wait, I'm not cutting you off, right? But this is not Spoon Network. This is not. This is the closing argument. When you're talking and you say somebody on the way out, talk about the numbers. Let's talk about the numbers. What we're talking right now, we're not talking about, oh, you do it to yourself, you do it to yourself. I told you before.
No, I said it seems like I heard a statement. I said it seems like you people are on your way out. From what we see, that's what it seems like. That's what I said.
No, Lami,
You
you know
know?
what we're talking, no, listen, what we're talking right now, we're looking at the numbers, where numbers coming from and where we're going. We're not talking that kind of spoon thing here. You do it to yourself, you're this, that. That's not what we're talking. Roland and I talking numbers here. So if you cannot join what we're talking, you want to do, I can kindly call one of the guys in on Spoon. You can go there and have that argument. But from here,
But why are you bringing spoon? Why are you bringing spoon business into it?
that's the kind of argument you're bringing. You do it to
No,
yourself.
that's not what the kind of argument I'm bringing.
No,
When the next thing one thing you say, okay, what's up with the net numbers? When you say the other thing, you say, what's up with the local number? Remember?
I mean, thank you, Matu. Welcome to the closing argument. Lofa, let's hear from you, man.
Hello.
Hey, how are you guys doing? Great, guys and ladies as well, of course. Great to be back. I guess quite a few days off, but I'm pretty sure everyone were excited about the election. And now that we have started to get results, I think our focus here should not be based on individual providing their data as compared to what we are supposed to get from NEC. This is the the actual formula to what we definitely don't want in Liberia. You can have your data and use it to defend your position, but to come on public radio and make these statements, I am in demanding lead, I won the elections, misleading your voters population, I think that is deceptive. And this is what we are seeing from both sides of the coins here. CDC is running around saying they won the elections already. Unity Party started celebrating before the baby was even born and started doing everything else. This is exactly what we spoke about when we had the opportunity to engage our voters population and educate them. I see Roland out here. We are in demanding lead. We're controlling the narrative at this point. With what? What data are we using to substantiate your claims? Are you providing us information provided by NEC, or are you simply telling us what you want us to hear, or what will make your supporters to feel comfortable? Let us not be like that to our people. Let's be honest to ourselves. When the NEC provided information and you have something contrary to what they provided, then let's go to the court or wherever else we need to go to, or let us make the case based on that information. Until then, let us dwell on what is being provided. You were celebrating the previous data that were provided by NEC, right? So let us not create this opportunity to create chaos for our people back home. Let us maintain the peace, just like it is. You started to agree with everything that NEC started saying from the get-go. You were celebrating, you are jubilating around there. Continue the jubilations, and let us continue to wait on NEC to provide the information that we need, and let us not start to run around here with our own narrative as to what we want and how we want to hear it. No, that's complete. I mean, I don't know how to even describe it on here. I don't think we should do that to our voters, because again, if you look at what happened, the CPP also can come up and make the claim. All right, in places where they expected to get numbers and where their voters, their supporters voted, they were getting far less. But you, the Unity Party folks, were still celebrating at that time because it favored you. And now you want to turn around and cry crocodile tears? Who's supposed to listen to that? Come on, guys. Let's not play with the lives of the innocent masses. Thank you.
But who crying yet? Who beginning to cry?
Let's bring in
Yeah.
Salamatu. Look, but guys, let me say this, right? Look, I can say this for a fact, though. Look, these elections will have a long time coming, because
yeah,
the good thing about these platforms and so forth, where you sit, you get access to a lot of stuff. And the numbers I'm seeing right now from the audits from both sides, the two top sides right now. Look, I don't know why people are just running to conclusion now.
right.
I mean, I'm surprised that you would say from local things. I mean, I don't think I think you should be very objective, because NEC have not even gone far yet.
Exactly.
But now the argument is based on what people are putting on social media, and I'm surprised at that. If you are looking at telling you won't make such a statement. But
let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Forget any serious political party is. Wait, now listen to me. Let me just say something.
If you're being realistic, utilizing the tools of the mechanisms that we have.
Matthew, come in.
Hello. I love this. This is very exciting. I've been nervous, but being mature about what's happening. And I do agree that we all know what's happening with both parties. It's people are behaving like it's a strategic thing to do, to come out and announce the numbers, but it can be very dangerous as well in a country where just the other day we saw on TV the fight that broke out, and people literally just start stoning somebody. So we know how crazy things can get in a second. So while it might seem like it's so strategic on both parts, it can be very dangerous. And I think that's all people are trying to say. You can have your tally sheets. You can hold your tally sheets. I've been in the situation room. 2017, we're in situation room. We know 2011, same thing. We know why, we try to put the numbers out there early enough.
But again, we have to caution everybody to wait on NEC. Wait on NEC. They're slow, I must say, even though, I see my party name on there, I was getting vexed a little bit, but nevertheless, we have to wait on them and let them put out the records. We all know, if you were here the last 2 elections, we know that I think 2011 they had the website up and the results were coming in slowly, but it was coming in. I think at this point we have more than what we're seeing on NEC website. 2017, same thing. I'm not understanding why they're so slow to go ahead and announce the numbers, and they could be also be part of the problem, that they were not maybe prepared to start putting out some of these numbers. But again, we know what's happening with both parties, and both parties are fully aware of how NEC works. So, and how the voters, how the population works. So they're putting out a number there. Everybody's saying they're winning. Within 15 days, we will know for sure if we go in. When is the deadline that she's supposed to? It's the 20th, right?
The 25th.
The 25th. So we know for sure by then. We'll know if we're going the second round or if it was a round victory for one of the parties. But again, we all have the responsibility to be responsible about the numbers that are coming out. But I'm telling you, I'm very excited. I got over my depression yesterday, but I'm very excited, to see Liberia's young democracy, moving in this direction. So let's continue to be responsible about it.
We want to welcome Isaac Jackson. You us? Brother Jackson, welcome, man.
Yes, how are you, sir? How are you? I just suddenly saw I just saw the link suddenly, and didn't want to let you down. I thought to join in on some of the things you see, and for the invite. Even though I am really, really stressed, I'm rushing to the realtor's office. I'm trying to buy a house. I've been in the U.S. for 2 years, and I got an appointment today with the realtor, so I needed to go and see them. That's why you see me in a little dress. But a conversation about our country is paramount, so I must come and show face and say something. Thank you for having me, my dear brother.
Thank you for coming on, man. I just wanted to get your perspective on the elections that were held 2 days ago, and the claims and counterclaim are the two leading parties now, and one party already declaring that they have already won and so forth. What's your thoughts about it? Just share with us.
I about 2 to 3 posts. I've done about 2 to 3 different posts, and in those posts, I have made messages of hope, conciliation, and peace. At this stage, there is no need for Liberians to be in a hurry. We've been doing things the way things are going. Somebody just reflected on the NEC on working in time past. The NEC has always gone at a snail pace, so as not to make any mistake. So NEC has always been very scrupulous. They do their counting slowly, but it's accurate. And that's why at the end of the day, when some of these people go to the court, the next thing's tall, the next tower. It's good for us to proceed slowly. I did a post and I say people need to cool their jets. Cool your jets is an American parlance, right? To say, look, you got to cool down the excitement. There is no need for it. You have to have a cool-headed with the elections. We got to be earnest ourselves into our country. All of what was being predicted, at least during the polling day, Liberians showed the rest of the world that we can hold a peaceful election, even though there were discrepancies here and there. But the entire process showed to the world that Liberian can be peaceful, that we can organize a credible, in a way, an election that has the semblance of good credibility. People standing in the queue and putting their ballot paper in the ballot boxes, unintimidated. In other places, opposition stronghold, you will not even have the chance to go there and stand and vote. There will be intimidation all over the place. So the entire process was free of intimidation. I'm yet to get any report that, I went to vote on this side and the police pushed me away and I was intimidated, harassed by my election. I've not got any report as such. So, commission,
I think your line is so bad.
authority.
You're breaking in. It's so bad.
I'm using the T-Mobile, which they claim to be 5G. So I don't know why is it bad. So
Maybe
I'm getting a call.
with the internet.
I'm getting maybe because I'm getting a call from Madam who waiting for me to go see the realtor. But we need to. I'm getting information that there are other people who saying to go on the stage march. We should not do it. People should not put the peace of the country at risk. No need for any premature marches here and there. We have to be patient-minded. We have to wait for the National Elections Commission to give us the authoritative result. And if we are displeased about the authoritative result from the NEC, we have a channel through which we can, seek redress. So you can go to the Supreme Court and seek redress. You can go to the lower court if you want to file injunction, or you go to the Supreme Court and file prohibition. But there's no need now for people to be rowdy, for people to start talking, the threat of going in the street to march. Everybody in 2005, we were very active in our war room. I was the propaganda bureau chair of the Liberty Party. As propaganda bureau chair, we were in our war room. We had Theo Betty, late now, he used to be at the Central Bank. He got a master's degree in mathematics. He was there heading the war room, and we were tabulating stuff, and we got our numbers, so we knew that things were happening. But we didn't go in the street. I'm encouraging people. You get your war room. Your war room can give you an appreciable comfort level. That's what the war room is meant for. So you get an appreciable comfort level, and then if there is a discrepancy with your number from the war room, then you can organize whatever discrepancy, like what Bronsky did the other time, and take it to the Supreme Court and say, look, this is what I think happened. The discrepancy here, this is what I got. But the war room thing is not meant to come in a place there now, and try to, undermine the peace of the country. So at this stage, I can encourage Liberians, let's remain peaceful. We have convinced the world that we can be peaceful. Let's continue this attitude. I want to ask you. I don't know whether when I'm driving I can be part of the conversation. My wife is calling me back to back. That's why you see the internet going down. Let me rush to her. The women in their home and their thing. You can't play with. Women want to buy the house. I can't be having a long conversation. But I thank you for having me. I'm in flight. If there's any need, I will keep the phone on and then I will join in. Right. But thank you very much. I'm really pressed today, but I just didn't want to miss the show. Thank you so very kindly. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Look, let us say this. People have been asking us the last 24 hours. We should encourage our various guests and platforms to talk about the peace of Liberia. I want everybody to weigh in. If you have the advice to advise the process right now, what will you be saying to the CDC, the Unity Party, and all the parties that took part?
Jojo, let's go.
What will you be telling them right now? So anybody can join me and weigh in. Robert, welcome.
Let me start off by saying this. I think as of now, what we need to see from both parties that claim to be at the top of everything is to exhibit some level of tolerance for the process and the system to work its way. The idea of running to the streets, grabbing a group of young people and going to next office, a threatening protest, all of these things is uncalled for. Okay, there are so many other parties that participated in this entire process, and not all of them are satisfied. but you can see that they are exhibiting some level of civility, okay? Because they understand and value the peace that we have in our country. They understand where we stand today. The entire world is looking at us. And we cannot miss our steps in this process. Look, let me tell you, and let's be honest about this. I see other media institutions who are attempting to incite violence by providing information without NEC even providing some of this information. It's not right. Okay? One of our greatest allies, the United States, right now would not be focusing on us, God forbid, if anything happens. Their attention is still Israel. Just take that. And I hope you are concerned about that. So while we are still opportune to conduct ourselves accordingly, let these political parties behave themselves. Let them act accordingly. Wait for the net. Like Isaac Johnson said earlier, if you have information that you want to reveal to the public, I don't think it is the time. You can wait till after the NEC have provided the information that is needed. You can use your data. You can use your data to challenge whatever is said. But those who are following you, your followers, they depend on you to take the lead. Okay? Leadership starts from the top. And that's why they're expecting you to exhibit that level of tolerance, respect for the process. And don't start to mislead your followers, telling them you're giving them all of this information. Keep that in the back. If you want to, keep it in your war room. If you're very confident that the election is yours, you won, then celebrate at your very homes and everything, because you know you're about to attend an inauguration. But don't put us in a situation where we may not be able to handle. In more Ali words, I'll stop here for now.
Thank you. Also, as we on the show, what's trending, people are telling me now. I want you. We're talking about this piece of Liberia and this process, how we should handle this process. But I see now too, people want you guys to weigh in tonight to say, what's your thoughts about Appleton? People are asking whether you think it was whether something happened, is a mistake, or whether it's just people vote wrongly. But I mean, the people are watching you. People from all sides are watching you now, and they are asking me to bring this topic up as to talk about also the piece of the process right now, how we should handle this process. But you guys, as you speak, we'll start with Lamin. Weigh in on this, Appleton 2 and this piece and the process on hand right now. How we should handle it.
I'm not too sure what you mean by Appleton. I don't have any information on that particular issue. So if you could provide some context.
I mean, all through the process, all through the elections, during the campaign season, I don't think many of us, I don't think we ever discussed the guy on the platform or any platform talk about Appleton, not at all. I don't think so. But we're only hearing, we are Waka, Cummings, Gonglo, Oniba. I think that was the people who were talking all the time. But Appleton just came up today. I heard it, first time I heard it was yesterday at NEC and today again. So people it's trending all over social media now. So people are saying, we think this guy, he campaigned to get to earn his votes, or somebody making a mistake or what? I mean, I don't think, for me personally, I feel that the guy was on the ballot and people voted for him. But what are your thoughts?
No, but I mean, if somebody get a few tens of votes, 70 votes or 100 votes. I mean, as they are counting as they are doing the tally at NEC, the numbers that are put before them are the ones that they will start dealing with first. So, first rounds of counts, you may see people names that at the end of the day you won't see anymore. So I don't really see. I think I understand, because yesterday when they announced the first results, I think this person was on number 3 or number 4, right, or something like that, with some 72 votes or something. I think there's nothing there to discuss. Absolutely nothing. And I would just like to add something quickly. In 97, I worked with the Elections Commission, and I understood the way the process works, and that's the reason why I said the other time that the Taylor election was fair. In 2004, I worked on the Liberty Party campaign, so I know how the process works from the political party standpoint. In 2011, I worked with a civil society organization, the Liberia Media Center. If any of you here can remember, we were the group that were putting out elections results on the internet, even before NEC started announcing results. And nobody can say that the results we put out there were different from what NEC finally put out. So the whole idea of saying that people should not talk about their results, for me, I'm not one of the people who see it that way. You should just stick to the facts. What you say should be the truth. If somebody deliberately decides to get out there and lie, that's what we should all come down hard on. Don't say if somebody knows their numbers and the numbers should not change. What happened on polling night? The polling center where I voted, I stayed there as a polling pool washer. There were 4 different polling centers there. I stayed there throughout the process, very late into the night before they could complete the counting process. And we all saw those things in different places. So let us stop all this thing about wait until next announce. No serious political party will not already know what they have. Yeah, it's not a good idea to be the one announcing it. It's a good idea to keep your numbers and know how the trends are. But I don't really see a problem with it. You know, I don't really see a problem with it. So let's stop all these issues. Let admonish people who will lie. The people who will lie are the ones that we should have problem with. But like the media organizations over the past few days, they've been announcing results from all over the country. Every single place they will call this other polling place and they will say sometimes CDC won, Unity Party won, and all that kind of stuff. There's really nothing wrong with that. In a healthy democracy, we should encourage people saying the truth. They should be reporting the truth. That what journalism should be, that what anything, even politicking, we should encourage people to say the truth, and we should discourage people who deliberately lie. That's what we should be talking about.
I mean, I got to come in next, if you allow me. I don't want to.
Let me bring in Salamatu. Robert, then I'll bring you, right?
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? Number one, let me say this about.
Yeah, Salamatu, we say this, but I agree that you can have access to your tally sheets and so. But when you start to make threats that if you do this, this will happen, then I don't think that's why people should your tally sheets discuss it with your partisan and think. But they start going on live in the public and making threatening remarks. That's what the European Union have said. The observer has said, look, NEC should give the official results and people should respect that. But to start encouraging people to give the results when they're not charged with authority, I think it's wrong. But Salamatu way, and then we'll go to Robert.
Salamatu, while you coming, if you could probably just hopefully answer this question as well. Probably, I know it probably should go to Lami, but hopefully you can chime in. Who's saying the truth as we listen to all the different numbers that confuse almost everyone? So I want to know who's saying the truth as what Lami is saying. Let's just listen to the numbers and let people provide their numbers and let them be truthful about it. I would just like to know, maybe you know something that I don't know or others would like to know.
So what I would do is in a situation, I will mainly defer to media people, especially credible media organizations. We know there are some media organizations that are not credible. For example, I will not take Spoon FM. I will not take. No, you ask a question. If you don't want me to answer the question, no problem.
No. Salamatu will answer it. We'll talk about it. Go ahead, Salamatu.
Okay, number one, the question is, who do we believe? You know, someone out there, you got 2 parties who are they believe they got the answer and they won. So who do we believe? And because it's not official, and because we know we in such a young democracy, because we know anything can pop up, it makes sense to be responsible, to say, you know what, the tally sheets that you have in your situation room is for you to use to check neck. That's what it's for. It's not for you to go and announce that you have won. And if they announce it that you won, then something will happen. That's not what the tally sheet is for. The tally sheet is to check neck. So if next say you got 2 and you know your tally sheet got 4, then you can say, you know what, no, we got proof. Again, most of us here, we're not working in situation room. Okay, we know the strategy of coming out and just saying, you know what, we are leading. Now, if you're not forget plenty of us when sign some kind of paper to Farmington Hotel, you keep forgetting that all of our when that we sign it, the people will deal with us if one of us decide, you know what, neck lie on us, and we got proof to show that neck lie on us. There is a process. You can be that anxious for power that you ignore the process. Okay, because then that tells us this is what your leadership will look like. This is how you will manage. This is how you will lead the country. You will ignore the process. There is a process. You keep your tally sheets. You will celebrate in your room. You feel confident. You put your things in order. You get your lawyer standing aside. So as NEC is announcing the result, if it doesn't look like what you have, then you raise the question. But to come out and do, everybody doing press conference, everybody saying they went. Who's we supposed to say that true now? We supposed to take CDC, or we supposed to take UP, or we supposed to be vexed with CDC because we claim we're opposition, or some of us that vexed right now, we in our feelings. Are we supposed to get mad at UP and say no, CDC won? Whose side we take? You're creating an environment for something that may not end well. So wait. Nothing will happen. This fun. Now you saying you know who Mr. Appleton is? The mayor who did not, none of all her campaigning, all of a sudden, he just getting voted man at number 3. Maybe for some of us who are CPP, it hurting us more because the man, it almost like the man out there our spot. And we never heard about the mayor before. But I think Mr. Appleton, what happened was a voters education. This is where voters education comes in. We've been saying this over and over. The voters in America, the persona of a voter in America, the persona of a voter in Liberia, the personality of a voter in Sierra Leone, they are very different. We have to study our Liberian people and know the process, how they go to the polls, what they use in their mind to determine to vote, how they see the paper, who can read and write, how will they interpret the paper. We got to do all of that, and we got to show the people how to vote. There's plenty of theories that floating around. That number one, that the mayor was the first on the ballot, and because we had like 20-something ballot in Wallon, some people just went ahead and checked the first thing they saw. There are some people who claim that maybe perhaps the voters wanted to vote for JMB. There's other people who claim the people wanted to vote for Alex Cummings. His vice president named that Alex. The vice president said Mr. Cummings. But nevertheless, this is where voters education come in. And when we talk about voters education, a lot of times people just put it solely on NEC, but it's the responsibility of each political party to, when they're campaigning, to also teach the people, to familiarize the people with their candidate, whether it's in words or whether it's in photo. We have to familiarize our voters with the candidates. Maybe most of us didn't do well, so Mr. Appleton, good luck that he not fine. But and then thirdly, the piece of Liberia. We all of us sitting in our background, we all look very comfortable. We look very comfortable. There are a lot of people who are not blessed, who are sitting in a comfortable setting. They're somewhere where anything can go off, and then they will be in harm's way. So as we use some of these platforms, let's think about our very fragile democracy. Our country is a young country where, we may have stopped shooting years ago, but there's a lot of trauma that's in Liberia, and anything can set it off. When we say protect our peace, all we're saying is that, have patience, trust the process, go through the process. There's nothing wrong with going through the process. Before the end of the month, we will know who now win. And we will hear a little noise here. But again, we'll encourage the same group of people go to the court. January, somebody will be sworn in as president. By March, I can guarantee you all of us will be sitting there on a spot drinking, and we'll forget about the thing. The point is Liberia first. I believe one candidate was great, was the best candidate on the paper. The Liberian people, maybe they say, no, they're not the people, they're not the person we want. Who am I to get upset and excite people to jump in the street? What is that doing for me? I'm sitting in a place that's very comfortable, that I can scream to the top of my lungs. Nothing will happen to me. So why should I put other people's children in harm's way? I think we keep forgetting. Did you all not see a video just a couple of days ago during the closing where a young man was stoned? I don't even know what party he was from, but just the fact that two groups can be walking and get vexed at each other in a matter of seconds. They can take rock and stone somebody while people are videotaping and nobody cares. People running from the lines. We seen that. We saw Anxious for Power that we're throwing all of that out of the way. the legislature, I mean, the good news for me, honestly, is the new legislature it look like we have. Okay. There are a lot of people who saying they won. Nobody complaining about them. And I would say even with them, they, everybody need to calm down, relax. By October 25th, we will know who our new legislature. I hope we do have a new house, the whole legislature. I hope they swipe it, they check clean it. Yeah. But nevertheless, we have a young country. We are all sitting down. We got light in our house. It looks very safe. There's no bombs going off. There's nobody shooting. Everybody's sitting down. We're talking. We're laughing. There are plenty of people in Liberia who anything can pop off and they'll be in harm's way and they have nowhere to go. So let's start thinking about the people who are actually in Liberia who could possibly be harming all of this. That now what cheering we're sending out there when we tell people, you know what, if you go our way or jump in the street, that now what cheering. All of us sitting at home, we comfortable. All our children and say they can sleep at night. Let's not do it to Liberia.
Wow.
If we say we care about Liberia.
Salamatu Duncan.
Hello.
Dagwa Junior.
I miss you so much, man.
I miss you too.
And you know, I'm so proud of you.
Ben Rabba got the flow.
When the chairman speak, I gotta listen.
Somebody, you're not in the region. Be careful. Be careful of me.
Tomalin, when chairmen are speaking, me,
I'm just messing with you guys. Sorry.
Yeah, when chairman speaking,
I was just.
No, but it's good to see you guys. It's good. Even my Keff.
I was just moved to listen to what Matthew's saying, and just a quick addition. How many of us has asked about that young man since last week?
Which young man?
The boy that almost got killed because he didn't die. The boy, as a result of the CDC ALCOP issue, how many Liberians have even posted about that young man on Facebook? It only lasted for 24 hours.
Yep.
So that's what Matthew's talking about.
Yeah.
How many people have even thought about him to carry a can of juice for him? Because he didn't die.
Wow.
So I agree with you, Matthew.
So then updated the public on where he's at then?
Well, no, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying shame on all of us. You know, because I remember he was the topic of the discussion. His video was all over the place. But the reason we were talking about it was because it was politically expedient. One side felt it was politically expedient, the other side felt. So that's what I'm trying to, that's what I'm trying to say. So I'm just trying to buttress what she's saying, that these young men and women are people's kids. And speaking directly to them, they need to get with a program and stop being used.
Yeah.
Because how many times do they even get a chance to see these political leaders? If somebody get elected tomorrow, you think they will even anyway? But sorry, I didn't mean to jump into this.
Thank you. But look, I'm kind of cool off a little bit now, right? But I was living earlier when Lamin spoke, and this is not personal towards Lamin because he really contradicted himself, and it's concerning coming from a lawyer, right? I mean, no one is saying that people should not celebrate what they have, or no one is saying that people should not, presume that they've won based on what they have. What we are saying, if you look at our politics, and I'll give you reference 2017, it's almost like a movie we saw play in 2017. This is exactly what happened. Unity parties celebrated victory in the very first week of those elections. I know plenty of people. Look, my brother George Lobo, they were celebrating, the people who I know personally. And you know why they celebrated? They celebrated based on what they had in their possession. Now, there's nothing wrong with what you have in your possession, right? But you've got to allow the process to play out. And I want to quote what Solomatu said. You can't be so anxious for power that you ignore the process. The process is important. The process is important. This is the first time, and I stand corrected, that a day after the election, when they were supposed to be briefing the general public, not only did they brief the general public, but they also made time to put out some information as far as the results, provisional results that they had in their possession. They also said to us that there were some districts in certain areas that could not vote on elections day due to technical reasons, right? Ballots and materials did not arrive on time, and the process is still ongoing. You have got to be patient. You can have what you have in your possession, but you cannot use what you have in your possession to prematurely announce the Victoria. I was so disappointed in Abraham Darrow's Dillon today. Everyone is posting the seditions, and Unity Party partisans are posting, oh, we're gonna lick it. Oh, we're gonna win this. Okay, that's fine. But it's a whole different level when you have a lawmaker who understands the law, who understands what is at stake, holds a press conference with a few ballots. You have over 5,000 and so tally sheets. Those cannot fit in one in blue plastic bag. It's irresponsible to have a whole press conference and definitively say, we've won these elections. And if NEC reports anything contrary, we will not accept that. He said Joseph Boakai has won these elections. No one is armed or clothed with the power, the legal responsibility to announce losers and winners. Other than that, yeah, Jackie, you can start it all day, but this is factual. I'm not making this up. This is not my opinion. NEC is the only body armed or authorized to announce winners and losers in these elections. They did that in the special elections that got Abraham Darrow elected. There were people who had reservations. Now, like Solomon too said, wait for the process to play out. If you have what you have in your possession and you are 100% convinced that NEC cannot announce anything contrary to that, let the process play out. And if the result does not reflect what you have in your system, go through the legal process to make a legal argument. NEC has a process. The Supreme Court is another process in which you can express your grievances and seek redress. But you cannot be making these premature announcements. Look, we are dealing with people, and I'm sorry to say this, but not a lot of us are so sophisticated enough to understand what's happening here. If you tell a supporter that, oh, I won, and I can guarantee you that I won, this supporter will believe you, and he or she too will not accept anything NEC says. And so for Abraham Darrow, look, my friend, I'm not trying to attack this man, but Lofa asked a question, and I thought it was a brilliant question. Who do we believe? Should we believe Abraham Darrow Delon? He had in his possession tickets of a first class. He bought these tickets. No one else bought them for him. When it was brought forth that he flew a first class, he doubled down. And then he came back and doubled down. He had this information in his possession. He lied. He blatantly lied about it. So is he credible enough to say, hey, you know what? You must believe what I said, and NEC must not be believed. Look, calm down. Let the process play out. If you won these elections, and I've said this consistently, if Unity Party win these elections, in as much as I've had a position where I have the right to my position, we must concede. We must embrace what NEC result shows. We must do that. This whole Apperton thing, I'm privileged enough to know what's happening here. Alex Gonti is a brother. We go to the same church. We've worked together personally. I know his family personally. And, and he started a grassroots organization a few months ago, not a year ago. And I was one of those who he called and talked about this grassroots organization. I'm not going to go in details. But obviously, right, they did not put as much work and investment in this. I know what the strategy was, right? And so we can all form our opinion on what's happening. But here is something I want us to think about. CPP have been, ANC and communists have been around for a long time, 2017, 7%, 2017. Listen to me very carefully. This man he's a newcomer. Should ANC prematurely make a questionable statement about why is it that Apperton has more vote than we do, even though this man has been around for a long time? Should NEC be questioned with regards to cheating? How is it that he has acquired more vote than CPP? CPP could argue this is not possible. I said that to say because before these elections were held, there were people who questioned whether or not Alice Cummings had the numbers to go to the runoff.
even before these elections had occurred. And they said, why are you questioning? Oh, well, because in 2017, you had 7%. Well, what was Appleton's percent in 2017? 0. Where is he now? 3rd. Even though, it's just 6% or under 6% of the 100%. So everyone must calm down. The peace of our country supersedes any political party or any personal interest here. And I'm glad that we've been able to conduct these elections peacefully. People are going about their normal lives. Leaders must be responsible and speak responsibly. All leaders, including the CDC, the Unity Party, the CPP, we must be responsible because people are listening to us. What we say matters. What we say matters. You can't be going out there and telling the people Joseph Blocker has won. You do not have that authority. Relax. NEC will announce. And so far, what NEC have shown shows Unity Party in the lead, even though it's less than 6% of 100%. But relax. Let the process play out. Let's respect the process and let's calm down. I will stop it for now.
So let me come in, because Robert, I heard you, but you also putting a spin on things with our press conference that was held today. And I love to show our constitution because everybody in Liberia needs to have a copy of this. There is nothing wrong with the press conference that was held today. Not under our constitution and not under next law and guidelines. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that press conference that was held today. Now, like Lamy is not on right now. Like he said, what we should be concerned with is people coming out and giving misleading information or lying to the public. For a political party to say, okay, at this point, based on our war room and what we have seen, we are in the lead. There is nothing wrong with it. And we are confident that we are going to win this. There is absolutely nothing wrong with this. And in that very same press conference that was held today, we made it very, very clear that NEC is the one cloth with putting out official results. Maybe you had selective hearing. I don't know. Maybe you cut off the press conference before it ended, but I would have hoped that you watched the press conference in its entirety, because our campaign team made it very clear that NEC is clothed with the authority for giving out official results. There is nothing wrong with a political party looking at their tally sheets, by the way, which are legitimate documents that we have in our hand, signed by political parties and also signed by NEC, and it's out there. You go in every community, you see the tally sheets out on the building. You see it there. So it's open. These are things that are in the open. So for a political party to say, oh, I have my tally sheets in my hand, we have tallied up our results, and a lot of the political parties are way ahead in NEC's reporting, because we understand that NEC has to exercise its due diligence and even validate all these sheets to the national center, command center where they are. And that's why right now they are showing, today we reported only 6% of the total tally sheets or the total votes. But people in the war room are at a much faster speed, and they pretty much know where they are. Some people may come out and say something that's not incorrect, because on the legislative side, I do see some conflicting where some people say, no, I have won. The other person said, no, I have won. But in the end, everybody, including the public, knows that NEC is the one cloth with the official result. As far as Appleton goes, the Appleton factor, we all know, yes, it is a surprise today. I hope closing argument can reach out to him, because everybody wants to know who is this man and who is this man. And at 6% reporting, we never know where that third place slot might end up by the time NEC has completed his final.
Let me I want to ask a question though.
But the key here is truth versus what is not true. So when people
I just want to ask a question.
They should make sure that they're reporting stuff based on the actual tally sheets that they have in their hand.
So I just want to ask a quick question, and anybody can answer it. Do we really believe that Appiton is going to get more votes than Tomo after this election?
But that's what I'm saying. After this is just 6%. So what is it?
This is a non-issue.
So Ben
Absolutely
asking an
not.
important question though,
Yes.
because if you will celebrate now based on 6% of 100%,
Exactly.
also Rado County has 900,000 votes. They have not even counted 10,000
So,
votes yet.
Ben,
So if you
let me
celebrate,
just
It
say
is
this
still,
first.
I beg you.
an October surprise.
Let me
It
come
is
here. I
still
think.
surprised that he's
Let me come here a little bit, yeah. Because I've been quiet for a while.
Surprise.
Well, just give me 10 seconds. Let me just say something quickly on the issue about who to believe. You just asked that question, who to believe. I will not believe, I will take the numbers that the media is putting out, the media organizations are putting out, but I will cherry pick those media organizations. I will not believe anything that comes out of Spoon or any of the Spoon network stations because they can lie without thinking, having second thoughts. So I will believe nothing that Spoon says. I will also believe nothing that Freedom FM says because these are two political stations that lie, they deliberately lie. So I will not believe them. I will believe what OKFM says. I will believe what Truth FM says. I will believe what other credible media organizations say because I used to work in the media. We did this thing in 2011 and our results were never contradicted by NEC. So who to believe? I will believe credible people. That's just basically it. I also agree with Jackie. If a political party can say that based upon our tally, we are confident and we win, there's nothing wrong with that.
Excuse me, let me say this.
And Robert, you talking about me being loyal? Before being loyal, I was a democratic activist. I'm a democracy activist. I'm a free speech proponent. I'm not one of the people who will be telling somebody, do not speak your minds. No, I won't do that because for you, you probably have a different orientation on what people should be allowed to say or not. No, I don't have any inhibitions. I don't stop people from speaking. I don't advocate on free speech. I do not do it. And I don't think, and one thing I believe is that none of us have the right not to be made feel bad. That's not a right you have. So someone can say anything about you that the person feels like. If you feel bad at your business. So I won't be one of the people saying do not speak because I'm a free speech activist. I've always been one. Even before I became a lawyer, I will not change my views on those things because somebody will say, oh, why you're a lawyer? And then you believe that someone should have free speech. Yeah, our constitution guarantees it. So people should have it. Believe people who are credible. Do not believe people who are not credible. You should know that.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Number one.
And so let me say this. Let me say
sorry,
this.
yeah, just quickly.
Let me say this, please. I've been quiet for a while, and I'm sure I've listened to all of you. Let me say that the Union Party over the last years worked as an opposition political party, criticizing the government on so many issues, provide a solution for what we thought the government should do better because we had the experience doing it. So we've gotten into this election to be able to provide some correction as to what the government has done over the years. And I think that's what the Liberian people has bought into the platform of the party. Now, we will not, sit and allow this. See, if you stop trying to corner us when you're doing exactly the same thing you're cornering us for. You issue a statement today complaining about votes that you got. We are allowing the National Election Commission to complete the process of vote count and legitimately announcing the results. You issue a statement today under the signature of your campaign chair, sanctioned by Mr. Collins, accusing the National Election Commission of the votes that you get. You're not very sure about that. And you think something must be done to be clear on what the votes are. So you yourself has issue about what the result look like. So stop trying to corner the Unity Party and tell us not to celebrate, for example. We're not jumping the streets. The Unity Party is a mature political party. We've been in power for 12 years. We are also an old political party, and we understand that we must keep the peace. So don't tell us about keeping the peace because we are not yet to create any kind of confusion. The Unity Party has been a peaceful party over many years. We led this country for 12 years, and we are concerned about sustaining the peace. So our action will in no way jeopardize the peace that we have today. So let me be clear about what you're trying to reduce us to be in this party who is anxious and cannot wait and want to celebrate. When you are also accused of the National Election Commission, you put a press statement out, signed officially to accuse the National Election Commission of the votes you're getting. According to you, you're not too sure of the votes you're getting. Now you can't even wait. 6% of the vote have been announced. We are only 6%, and you're already complaining that the votes you're getting may not be the votes you should get. CPP, you're doing that. And all of you sit on the platform trying to corner and squeeze and talk down to the Unity Party about saying to an extent we have a community lead. We do, because the National Election Commission officially announced the result today. Since yesterday she did. Yesterday we were in the lead. 6%, yes. Today we are also in the lead. And I'm sure tomorrow we'll be in the lead because of the data that we've gathered. Yes, we have our war room. Yes, we have the data in there, and we'll maturely deal with that. The press conference today, like Jackie said, was in no way trying to undermine the National Election Commission. We're very clear with the statement about the National Election Commission being the official entity to announce the results. But however, we can also say that based on the records we have, which are legitimate records from the National Election Commission, signed and stamped by the National Election Commission and all other political parties that were present at all these polling centers. So as we go ahead and do our tabulation, which we're a little faster than the National Election Commission, we can see that we are in a commanding lead, and I'm sure the National Election Commission is pronouncing exactly what we're talking about. So don't sit on the platform and try to squeeze her in one corner to teach her how to behave, for example, to say, you can't create this. We're not creating any problem yet. We didn't put people in the street. We have not called for demonstration or whatever. We have not called for people to go to our party headquarters all over the place to celebrate. We're not doing that. We're just doing what we should do based on what the Constitution provides that we do. And like I said, you're not speaking about your press statement that you issued today, complaining about the votes that you got at CPP. So why are you complaining? And only 6% has been already released by National Election Commission. Why don't you wait until 100% is done before you complain? You're already complaining. And then when you sit on this platform and try to tell us about keeping the peace, we believe in keeping the peace. We ran the country for 12 years, we kept the peace. We turned power over in 2017 to President Weah and his government. We kept the peace. So we know about keeping the peace, and we will keep the peace. Don't teach us about keeping peace. You also don't want to, because you're complaining already that the votes given to you are not your votes. You issue a statement that's out there. What does that speak? It undermines the National Election Commission by that statement that you issue out there, signed by your campaign chair, signed by Mr. Cummings. So I think we should focus on, like we all said, going forward, what we expect. And I'm sure that's what it is. And I think that's what we all are doing. So let's stop creating this situation that, the Unity Party, I'm speaking for the Unity Party, and I can speak about the CDC, what they're doing about, maintaining the peace. But I know we've never been involved in anything that looks like we do not want to maintain the peace. So maybe CPP representatives here, one here, Robert's here, just with you.
Let me say this.
Maybe 1 minute. Let me learn. Maybe you need to speak. No, don't forget that. No, listen, Salimatu, all these people, Rabba, no, you can't cut me off that. No, you don't cut me off. No. Let me learn, please. All these people spoke for so long, and you allowed them to learn. No, please. No, please do not interrupt. No, let me learn, please. All of you spoke for so long. You have time to explain so much. So let me learn. I'm about to learn, then you jump into my throat. Give me a chance, let me learn. So I'm saying maybe you also need to now address your press statement that was issued today, questioning the National Election Commission. You also need to address that. Thank you.
So let me say something. And listen, I can't argue against what Roland said. For the record, the CPP did not issue that statement as the CPP. It was the campaign team, from what I was told, from the statement that I saw.
But the campaign team
listen, let me finish.
Yeah.
Why you want to jump in my throat?
Yeah, because you jump in my throat too. You want to separate the campaign team for CPP now? Is that what you're saying?
Never jump in your throat. I was trying to make a clear.
You did that, but go ahead.
Yeah, Roland, the guy about
Roland,
go ahead. What I was told was that it was the campaign team that issued that statement. The CPP, I reached out to the chairman of the CPP, which is representative-elect, presumptive. Let me correct myself, because we're not supposed to be announcing. We're not supposed to be announcing winners, right? Presumptive. What Roland correct me, Jenna, and say, there you go, Ben. you already announcing that your chairman as a winner, right? So why we get our JFB as a winner? But I did speak with the chair of the CPP. I think the campaign was the one that issued the statement. Listen, like everybody has said, tempers are flaring, and I think let me tell you what my own hypothesis is. I think the only thing that stopped the Unity Party from declaring victory today was when they saw those statements from the international partners. But they will not agree. I know that. Listen, we got people in the system. We got people. The only thing that stopped you from declaring victory today because your high.
But how would declare victory? How? That's not true. You're not mad. That's not true.
Jackie,
Ben, you know why our president
I am
was
entitled
Ben, no.
opinion. That's what I said. My opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion.
That's not true. Yeah, your opinion is wrong.
No, it's
Roland,
not
what's your turn?
my opinion is that the
your
only thing.
statement, Ben, your statement that released today was much stronger.
What are you talking about?
and more
Okay,
forceful
No, he's trying to
than
distance
our
himself from the statement and says the campaign team. It's not
Jackie,
CPP, it's the campaign team.
Jackie,
I don't know what made the campaign team different from CPP.
Jackie, let me state for the record. Let me
Did
state
you
for the
read
record.
your own
Let me state for the
statement?
record. Actually, Jeff phone
Ben did not read that statement.
Actually, Jeff phone out from y'all that there was a statement.
Ben did not read it.
I didn't even
Yeah,
know.
but you're not seeing it. You need to read it. You need to read it.
No, I didn't know about the statement. I will be fair. I will be honest. I
They
did
all
not.
on the social media. They all
I
on the
said I
social
did
media.
You
not.
know what, Ben? Yeah, I know what the people are talking about.
So-
The statement came from.
No, you know.
The statement said we are troubled by what we're seeing, even
Yeah.
if it's 1%.
Well, let me
But we
finish my
didn't say we
thought.
were trouble.
Let
So
me
your
finish.
statement was more
The fact,
forceful.
we are troubled. We
Tell
can
the
be
Unity
troubled by
Party
it.
people, not
Yeah,
get
that,
confused.
usually.
Is that all the statement say? You show that all the statements say we are just trouble and it
we are
ends?
troubled by it.
Go find it and read it.
Okay, so let me
Number two.
Matu, I beg you. Let me let my
Go
thoughts.
ahead. Yeah,
I beg you.
go,
I just want to say,
go.
including the CPP, let me state for the record here. You know me, I say why.
Yeah, all of y'all jumping now, UP3.
Hey,
all of
wait.
y'all
And then I start doing the same thing.
Jackie,
even more forceful than what we
Jackie.
No, you are not talking to CPP.
We only got 10 more minutes on the
You the one
radio
decided
go off at
to take
7.
and put on your head.
I need
let
to say
me
something
state-
to Lami.
Let me
Lami.
state for the record. I want to
Well,
state
let
for the
me talk.
record. Let me finish my thought. I want to state for the record.
Okay, go ahead.
All
Ben.
political parties should wait for the next.
Thank you. That makes sense now.
That's what we said
Including,
today.
Nobody call your name.
including the CPP.
That's what we said today.
Including the CPP. But let me state for the record also that, again, this is my hypothesis. From what I know you receive phone calls. I know you're supposed
For what? For what? Full calls for what?
Why you
That's not true.
Some propaganda machine.
Because you're lying, Ben.
Roland,
Because you're lying.
Roland, I know very well that y'all were posting all around that y'all were getting ready to declare victory.
Sending people.
No, it's premature. We never did that. That's not true.
Okay,
That's
right
not true,
there.
Ben. I will not allow you to sit here and say that.
Take care.
That's not true.
Okay, right there. What is that?
I will send you a screenshot of what.
But who is that? Who is that?
More
That they
Ali.
not win.
Who put that up? Who put that up? Who's that?
No, we didn't say we're going the
Bo Ali
street.
said what?
We never said
More
we're
Ali,
going the
y'all are
street.
going to declare victory today. The Americans
said,
and
let's
the Europeans and the
celebrate.
African Union people want y'all, and y'all decided that
That's
y'all
not true.
That your plastic bed that you had today.
You see? Nah.
But Ben, why you can't put the one that CDC?
But send it to me, Jackie. Ask you. Send it to me.
See the bias
No.
Yeah, let him read CPP statement. Let him read the CPP statement. So funny. It's Appleton now. Your best way.
Roland. Let me admit that was a great comeback. You took
Ben, but wait now, one more other thing here.
Let's begin our victory celebration. Yes.
Well, okay, victory. What victory?
What
How you
victory?
know you
Never
won?
said we're going
Because
the
we know we are winning.
Look
We know we are winning. Simple.
The people
We know we
call
are
you-
winning.
The people call you today. Throw you another
Simple.
try. The people call you today. Throw you another try.
No one said go in the street to celebrate.
They used the United Party protecting their votes today. They were going with the bread. They were holding their plastic belt. All the children around it, they were carrying it in the peacock.
Of course, yes, we're protected because we're needed.
I want to say something to Lami. Lami,
No,
you said
that's not
something today that I don't know why you said it. Gonglo team has been on the other network, Spoon, for a very long time. So if you discredit Spoon, then you discredit yourself as well.
Well, Jackie, you coming?
Jackie, our own Spoon. Jackie, our own Spoon.
Ben, you said that when Gonglo was talking,
Jackie,
according to our law, and I go back by this, I was holding my hand every day.
our own Spoon lies. They do lie. Especially the people that are on Spoon. They do lie.
Y'all be quiet and let me talk. Y'all be quiet and let me talk.
Yeah, you just read the Constitution like some of us can read Constitution. The Constitution also allows you to have common sense.
The media is referred to as
the first two paragraphs of the Constitution.
Be quiet. Let me finish talking.
Don't tell me to be quiet.
I will tell you to be quiet. You be quiet and let me talk.
On the website, let me quote it for you.
Then you can come back.
No. In the third paragraph of the Constitution, it talks about exercising peace and stability. Don't be waving Constitution in your hand. Don't come on and talk about you want. The people cheering there, you're saying in the street, go fight that the one must say, yeah, it's okay.
When you finish, I will talk.
Yeah, no, our Constitution allows us to have common sense. That's what it does. So when you go in the same Constitution that you
Okay,
so last time I don't
I'm finishing talking because I had the flow. I had the flow.
Paragraph 3.
No, wait a minute, your women rights.
So Jackie, you know I used to be on Spoon, right?
When you finish, I will talk.
You know I used to be on Spoon.
American coming for you. I dare you go back on platform again. Go give.
I said, but the Americans call the people today. Lead up me.
You want me to read that statement?
Oh, you run away from that?
You think Yomli and Delon want
I saw Robert is not even aware that they issue a statement today. He was just talking like that.
Lami, my dear friend Lami.
You think Yomli and Delon want to business like come out to this country?
Gave the media, the fourth estate, the right.
I saw Robert had no idea that they issue statement today.
From polling place to polling place. All the media institutions, including the media network that we are aired on today, have been reporting the results from place to place because when the polls close, the pink tally sheets go up on the wall on every polling place, and the media go from polling place to read those results. So all of the media institutions have been doing it.
All right, Jackie, you're closing, right?
Institutions are not properly reporting. It's up to them, but for you to just come and single out, that was wrong because
he called out 2 stations.
All indications,
he didn't single out one. He called out 2. He called out 2 stations. He said Freedom and Spoon.
Yeah, but Spoon is represented by all the political parties.
Amen, Jackie. Leave people your defense.
But 2FM is owned by Musa. 2FM is owned by Musa Ability.
So what?
So what wrong with that? It's owned by a politician, so it's a lot more independent, like you're saying.
Jackie, let me say what I said. I said we should listen to credible media. I said I will not take. No, wait now, Jackie, wait small. I said I will not take one Spoon post out regardless of where they take it from because they can lie. And 2, I will also not take Freedom FM because Freedom FM lies. And the reason why I said Spoon can lie is because I used to be on Spoon and I know Stanton Witherspoon lies. Stanton Witherspoon lies that will say it is his last name. He lies. It doesn't matter whether it's you or not. The point is, Spoon, the owner of Spoon is a consummate liar. He lies without thinking. So I won't take anything. It doesn't. No, I was there. He lied. I called him and he told me to leave, and so I left. So the point is, I will not take them seriously because they lie. That's all. I will do the same thing with Freedom FM. I didn't need any other station other than these 2 because I know lying is second nature to these 2 groups. That's the reason why I single them out.
Can I come in for
I
a
didn't
second?
say anybody should not have a constitutional right to speak. I will protect anybody's right to speak.
Let everybody do their closing, man.
Now,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
attacking me
yeah.
now for having a conversation.
Can I come in?
with
I'll do my
me.
closing.
Let me close first, because I ain't like bro.
And Ben,
I
why
said,
your
but
face looking
for
serious?
my closing, right?
They are close second because I like you do.
Yeah, yeah, please do my closing now, please.
Yeah, no, man, you want to say
Guys, please. Let me do my closing, right? But guys, no, but I saw something interesting. There's a tally sheet there, right? How can this guy get? The guy got 205 votes. Citizen, you get nothing.
No. Point of correction.
Exactly.
Let's look at the tally sheet.
The
The way they wrote it,
different.
he got 0.
Right.
That 200 and something is UP. All we need to do is to go to NEC and to verify
And
if
get
that
the
particular
white
polling
copy.
station.
The white copy
You know, why all these conspiracy theories?
But this is the reason why we're saying relax.
All these
Well,
things.
let a man tell what he's looking at. Are you looking at the same tally sheet he's looking at?
No, I know exactly
I
what he's
ask you a
talking
question.
about. The way the people
Yeah, so
wrote
they
it,
got it got,
because it's even, you know, one of the things, the way
The carbon papers. The papers are carbon.
Carbon
So they
papers,
may not
thank
align.
you.
They may not align properly.
They were not aligned properly. The carbon paper. You stop the conspiracy.
And on that tally sheet, CDC also got 0.
You agree with me that none
Both
of them,
CDC and Unity Party got 0-0. It's not possible.
man.
But that carbon, man, Roland, stop it, man.
I mean, let me get close
Roland
now.
is agreeing with us.
No, I agree. I said both
Yeah, it's
CDC
not
and Unity Party got 0 on that card we're talking about.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Possible.
the exact reason why nobody should be running around and claiming victory at this time.
Tomalin, you
Roland,
want to
you
get your
just made
closing?
a
I'll
point.
get my own.
Yeah.
Nobody running around claiming victory. Don't simplify it like that. Nobody running around claiming victory.
I know, listen,
Don't
I know
simplify
y'all
it like
missed-
that.
I know y'all missed the show for the
48.
last 2 days. Y'all do our closing.
Yeah, don't simplify it like that. People running around want claiming victory. Nobody running around claiming victory. Don't simplify it like that. Your issue, your statement. You're talking about your statement issue now.
We don't have time, man.
And
Let
they
us
talk
We
about
get time
it.
for issues, no talk about those
Everything
statements.
they own, you
Yeah, just say you, Ramon. You had no idea that you issue statement. You had no idea that you issue statement. You were here talking.
Yeah, we agree. And I
Okay,
statement, we
guys.
agree.
Oh, yeah, agree now. Oh, yeah, agree now.
Yeah, we agree.
Yeah, agree now.
We agree.
We don't have time, man. Make it go. Come on,
Ben,
PPP
the
says
radio
that
station
the
just
party
calling.
that we
Ben,
flag as a major
Ben,
issue of concern.
Ben, the radio station just calling.
Guys, Jackie, you gotta do our closing. The radio station going into
Yeah,
me.
let me get my closing.
Yeah, let Ramon close.
Let me get my closing.
No, the people in Liberia got to close first. That's what Tomalin just said.
Let me get my closing, and I want to be very.
wait.
Hey God, my man. Hey God, Jackie. Let me just get my small closing. Jesus Christ.
My man, stop getting excited.
No,
man.
this is-
They don't have time. Let me just
Everything
get my
over. Talk. Hey,
All right, go
what
ahead.
you excited for? You relax. You chill. On the show
Okay.
yet. Talk.
I'm
Here is my
serious,
closing.
Jackie. I'm going to tell the radio station they're going to be taking
Here's my
people out
closing.
and shutting
Roland,
them down. If you
Roland,
can do this,
Roland,
man.
Roland, I know me and you need to start with Ara, but the way you be calling my name is not easy. People now call me and say, "Why would they call Robert?" But anyway, maybe you let my name. But I want to be as explicit.
Yeah, let your name. Call it Aaron. See Aaron.
That good thing. I want to be as explicit as I have been. Any political party that are prematurely announcing, victories or premature celebrations must stop. The reason why I specifically mentioned the press conference today was because even though you said that NEC is the official entity club with the authority to announce official results, you, Abraham Darrows, you allow him to mount the pulpit and said, Joseph Boakai has won, and we will not accept any other results. So you can't contradict yourself and say NEC is the official entity to announce results, but you're saying, well, we will not accept anything contrary to what we have. So in my closing, I want to say this. We have got to be patient. The peace of our country comes first. We will wait for NEC. NEC will announce its results, and any winner and losers that are announced by NEC, we must respect it. If there are grievances, if CPP feel trouble, and they have any evidence to prove whatever their troubles are, go to the process. If Unity Party feel like the first 2 days they were leading, and at the end they go through the process. That's all I'm going to say. But let's remain peaceful. Let's be responsible citizens, especially people like you
Thank
and
you,
I
Robert.
who
Thank you.
have
We gotta
voices.
go.
Thank
We gotta
you.
go. Let me close quick.
Yeah, I think we should all remain peaceful. We should all watch the process. It's disappointing the way the process is turning out. I mean, we got to be realistic. Councillor Gonglo had a press conference today and thanked the Liberian people for coming out to vote, and he basically indicated that the way the trend is going, it's clear that the people are going to either be retaining the CDC or replacing them with the UP. And it's not because the rest of us did not campaign. I mean, over the last few months, we've campaigned, we've been all over this country, we've told the people what we do, but they've opted, in my opinion, for the worst too. So we just got to hope that either of these parties, if they win eventually, they will do better by the people. They won't make the mistakes that they made before, and we see what happens. But the key thing is that we should remain peaceful. We should remain watching the process. We should remain vigilant. And as someone who's worked in the civil society, at the elections commission, and then also in the media on election, on political campaigns, I have I have trust in the process. On Tuesday, I was sitting with one former government minister from the Unity Party where I voted. So we're talking, and I mean, he was kind of surprised when they started counting the ballots right there. He said, "Oh, they coming to count the ballot right now." I said, "Yeah, they counting it right here." So the fact that that process, people got to realize that that process is open and transparent, I think it cooled down a little bit of the nerves. We have to just look to the process now and make sure that what happened on Tuesday, what the NEC is tallying now and putting out to the public, coincide with what happened on Tuesday, and it's a fair reflection of what happened on Tuesday. That all that should matter. I don't think anybody at NEC is going to be foolhardy enough to try changing anything, because the thing is out there. Everybody knows that it's out there. People have access to all the sheets that were placed at the different polling centers, and yeah, I think the process is going to be fair. In a week or so, we'll know what happened. We likely will go to a runoff, and if we go to a runoff, we all gotta then decide what we do next. So thank you very much, and let's keep the peace.
Thank you. Roland, you in Liberia too. Roland, close now.
Okay, but let me say it was good. It was good being back here. Like we all know, we are committed to keeping the peace. But as a political party, of course, as we proceed with analyzing our data, we will continue to make statements that will corroborate with what the National Election Commission will make. We know that. And when we say we're in the committee, we have a committee lead, we meant that. And the Election Commission has announced that. And I'm very positive that we'll continue to be, in the lead. So we are not saying anything that we don't know. And we are not saying anything to cause any problem in this country. The Unity Party has been a peaceful political party. Like I said earlier, we've ran government for 12 years and brought it to where we left it. CDC won the election 2017, we turned over to them. And so we are back to do it again. So the issue of the peace is something that we cherish. So we'll keep the peace. And we just hope that the other opposition political parties can do the same, like we are doing. Now, I didn't hear much about, I know some of you on the platform who supported the CPB did not know much about the statement today. Even Ramon, I will
Thank
call
you,
Ramon
Roland. Thank you.
Mendes,
Thank you.
like
We gotta go. Thank you,
did
Roland.
not know about it. But at least he got it to know now that CPP has also become very anxious about the
Thank you,
results and
Roland.
now
Thank you,
issuing
Roland. We
statements
gotta
all
go.
over the
We gotta
place
go.
trying to
Time,
question
Roland.
and undermine National Election Commission. I hope we all remain peaceful and patient, like you're asking us to do. You also do the same.
Thank you, Roland. We appreciate you. Thank you. Salamatu.
Okay, Salmato, can you guys just do it under 1 minute, please? The guys are just on my back right now like crazy.
You know, kept at the HR also. Salamatu, please do your closing. Salamatu, who you talking to? So we are closing.
No, people are telling me to not be fussing.
Do your closing and do your closing.
Okay, no,
Under
what's
1
great
minute.
being back on the show. It's been a very stressful couple of months outside of Liberian politics. And to be honest, this was one of the times that I actually missed being on the ground. It's such an exciting time, election, especially when the polls, the votes are coming in. It's exciting. I had a great experience the past 2 elections, and I couldn't be on the ground for this one. But again, I supported the Cummings, supported Pastor Brumskin. I'm proud of the campaign that they ran with integrity. I believe that they were the best for Liberia, but of course, I'm not the only person who making that decision. Liberians have to make that decision. And the way it looking, my candidate may not be going to the second round. So, but with that said, Liberia belongs to all of us, no matter where we are. Most of us we may not be on the ground, but we still have an emotional attachment to that country. We love the country. We all feel like we know what's best for it, what to do. We may have different means or different ideas on how to move it forward, but we all want the best for Liberia. I believe, everybody who is sitting on this platform.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you, Matthew.
And I would say, no matter who wins, by March we'll be sitting down drinking beer somewhere, and that will be the end of it.
A rolling and win will be going back to public works to the office.
Yeah. I just want when a rolling and win. I just want one job. That only one job I want. I won't be.
You negotiate the job, right? Go ahead.
No, but nevertheless, it's very important. I was trying to say to Jackie, I'm sorry that we started yelling over each other. Our Constitution it allows us to use our common sense when we're reading it. And when you read the Constitution, one of the first thing in there is maintaining the peace in Liberia. And everybody is saying, it's not just us sitting on the platform saying, oh, UP. We're saying all the political parties. I think, what her name was just giving an example as to what happened today with UP. I heard a song today from CDC saying they won. They were thinking the first time voters, which I thought was so funny. I'm like, but when are the people now win? So it goes along to all the parties for us to sit back, for us to wait, for us to be a little bit patient, because again, anything can spark all kind of things in Liberia and people will get hurt. So there's no reason why any party should come out and say they won. Yeah, especially that. No party should say they not win. Because if NEC release something different, it will be a problem. That's all we're saying. You can hold your tally sheets. When NEC announce the results, you can go ahead and say, you know what? Okay, I disagree with this. I don't disagree with this. There is a process. We have to respect the process if we're talking about governing Liberia. We can't be criticizing one political party or one government and then we come and do the same thing. And let me see it. And it's not just us saying it. The international community actually hosted a whole press conference today. The U.S. Embassy actually put a press release. They're not putting it out because they say.
So, Solomon,
out because
got 3 minutes now.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Close, 30 seconds.
Okay. They're putting it out because some of us are actually receiving messages in our inboxes from some of your key top people who shall remain very nameless. Yeah, they are sending us messages that they won. So, okay. But again, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Mr. Roland, that you think you're talking about UP lead. UP was under a very different leadership, which was Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She's no longer there. That's why the peace was kept.
The party is an institution. It's not an individual.
It's an institution. It was led by
it's not individual. So but it's an institution. We institutionalize our party. It's not centered around individual.
Yeah, right.
Jackie,
by Ellen.
No. Everybody, I will not close. I'm good.
Hey, I'm
Jackie,
excited.
Jackie, member of the platform, so do it under 1 minute,
I'm
please.
grateful. No, you should. Stop that. I am grateful. I'm excited.
Please come on.
The people have spoken and they came out to vote. So we would like to thank all our voters, all our supporters who came out there, the general population at large who came out to vote. We would like to thank all of you. And I would like to just say that we should continue to call for peace call for fairness, call for transparency during this electoral season. And we await the final results from NEC over the next few days, and which of course we know the deadline is October 25th.
Thank you.
So thank you to everybody for watching us today.
Lofa, close.
Well, I think it was a great show. Let us just continue to preach the message of peace to everybody. And those of you young people back home, like Ben said, I want to remind you guys, the young man who was beaten, all right, and almost killed. Today, no one really cares about him. He's probably at home and dealing with that by himself. If you continue to put your lives on the line, when Rollins and other people have their public offices, the dirty water will splash right in your faces without even caring what happened to you. Be careful with yourselves. Be mindful.
You're attacking me on your closing.
All right. I'm not. It's not an attack. Okay. I'm just saying that is honest reality. That's what happened over the years. Young people back home, they have always been the case.
No, that being sarcastic.
Okay. These people
being sarcastic.
That's just the reality. That's the reality. And the honest truth we have lived.
No, that's being sarcastic. I will not allow you to do that.
Thank you, Lofa. Studio, please come
You don't
on.
have to close like that. That's being sarcastic.
You can tell me I'll listen to you after that.
Okay? Yeah, you don't have to close like that.
So in reality, that's what it is. So please be careful, be patient.
Why you get a blue
That's an
barrel,
attack.
man?
That's an attack on my person.
I'm thinking about talent sheets. Roland, like a key.
Yeah.
My talent sheets, all like a key.
Yeah,
okay. No, the blue barrel. You need the blue one.
Okay, guys. Studio, can you come on?
After the election, we're ready to drink beer and Euros.
Then show that blue bag again. Then show the blue bag.
Is you have a talent sheet?
No, you need a blue gallon. You need a drum.
All the talent sheets.
You need a barrel.
Okay, guys. Studio, can you come on?
Thank you, everybody. Thank you to our viewers for an exciting day.
Elijah, thank you. Yeah, thank you, guys.
Elijah, thank you.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It's good to be here. Kev, leave Unity Party alone. Kev, leave Unity Party alone.
Get a younger than that.
Leave Unity Party alone, Kev.
They don't make blue plastic there. They don't make the price went up to the Elam.
Okay, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, don't make money off of that blue bear. No more black bear.
Okay, you guys.
Okay, Elijah.
Good night.
Come on. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Elijah, come on.